Should I throw my phone to you, Yuri?
Oh, yeah. We're going to need social media.
Tell the social media your code. I mean, the YouTube.
Yuri's saying that we're live? Then we're live.
Then we're motherfucking live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the No Jumper Show episode number, 14?
14.
So I skipped over the unlucky one. That's why I wasn't on it, because it was unlucky.
Damn, I didn't think
felt
about
pretty
that.
lucky last week.
Yeah,
You felt lucky?
We had a pretty good
I thought we
cohesion.
did a good job.
First week with the bag of Kush?
The first time you weren't here was bad.
The first time.
The first time I wasn't here
Oh.
The one that
Every
you
time
guys...
you weren't here was
good.
It didn't even go live until yesterday. That's how not concerned our employees were about getting last week's podcast out. That's how much I have to be here.
Really?
I was away and just nobody did anything.
Like,
this
That
thing is
sucks.
actually, in my opinion, developing into a popular thing that has relevance, and I feel like it's growing. And unfortunately, I don't know. We could just blame Yuri and Lou. I guess we could just name names. They did not have any sort of sense of
don't you care
urgency.
about
So
us?
I'm just trying to raise awareness about this so that our audience can
So people
properly
know.
shame people and just make it a thing. You know.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
just
feel
go.
you.
Also, while we're at it, just go ahead and DM Yuri and say, "Hey, thanks for losing the Valley interview too."
Yeah, that's a good point. Really, any kind of hate speech is welcome in Yuri's DMs, really.
Well, speaking
with
of
that.
speaking of being mean to Yuri, he is a huge fan of the Revenge clothing. And I went to the warehouse and got blessed with a whole bunch of stuff.
And you didn't give him any?
No, I bought him a sweater. I brought him a sweater because I felt bad.
Should have given him nothing.
Honestly, I should have threw it away. You're right.
Should have thrown it in the garbage. No, that's not
Should've
what we do with
pooped in
revenge. Yeah, so what did you guys talk about last week that I need to know about? Because I was off in New York doing my media run thing.
I saw that. I saw one thing.
What did you
Sway.
see? Sway.
Because for some reason, I did this photo shoot with Pink Dolphin,
Hmm.
and after they posted me, Sway followed me.
Whoa.
Very random. But
Sway?
he also follows 3,000 people. So I'm one of
Twitter or
the
Instagram?
3,000 lucky people
Well,
on Instagram.
Sway is old enough that he's probably met 3,000 people that he wants to
yeah, for
follow.
sure.
He's been in the game. I
I
guess
felt
I'm
pretty cool.
I'm
I was one of
almost his age.
3,000 special people.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's pretty sick. I'm not
But
gonna
yeah,
lie.
that's how I saw it because he posted on his timeline Adam 22.
Really?
I was like, oh wait, I know
Shout
that
out
guy.
to Sway. Wicked nice guy. Such a nice dude.
Wicked.
Love
Wicked,
him. Oh, yeah.
wicked nice.
One of these days, I'm going to
Fucking
say wicked
wicked
on this
jabroni.
podcast, and you guys aren't going to make a big deal about it. But until then, it's fuck you.
I only
It's
know
so
3 people
weird.
to ever say that ever.
Well, you need to go to New Hampshire. You need to spend more time in New Hampshire where everyone
Why
says
would we
it.
do
Why?
that?
No,
Just
that's
so we
fair.
Can learn
That's
how
fair.
Wicked is a normal word.
I would have a hard time listing of any sort of reason that y'all should go to New Hampshire.
Yeah, F word jabroni.
Do we say that?
don't know.
Jabroni? I say it.
Wicked jabronis.
Wicked jabronis.
I do say jabroni pretty frequently.
Is that another New Hampshire word?
I don't think it's a New Hampshire thing. It's just a white trash thing.
Yeah.
I'm here to learn you. Yo, I just want to say, aren't you supposed to give your phone to Yuri? Or is he
Yuri.
just doing mine first?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
we can only do one at a time.
You have the most followers, so you really are the only important
Make
phone
sure to do it
we
on
need
No
to
Jumper
do.
too.
I don't
Also-
agree because I think that you guys might have less followers, but they're probably more engaged. I have 1.5, but
How much of
Whatever.
them want to see what we're doing right now at this very
I
moment?
don't know. There's probably
That's what I'm
thousands of
saying.
people watching us right now. We shouldn't insult them.
Shout out to all the thousands of people watching.
It's
Okay,
six,
Shout
I'm
out
gonna
to
try to
all the
remember that
lazy
it's
people.
6:30
last
right
week,
now.
what did we talk about? We talked
I mean,
about.
the main two things were Rolling Loud New York and who didn't get to play or come.
Yeah, that
and
was
then
crazy.
Bad Baby and Lil Got It.
Right. Let me talk to you. I have nothing to offer about the Bad Baby and Lil Gotta thing, except for the fact that he's 20 and she's 16. And how is this in any way? How does he think that this is a good look for his
I
career?
have no idea.
I mean, I know it's not the biggest age gap, but it's a pretty big age gap.
It's just he should have.
So
just,
is it? Well, one thing we were talking about with you, Gone, is it legal? Like the age in
I don't know.
Atlanta, Georgia?
Oh, wow.
it is.
Atlanta,
The age
that's a
of
good
consent.
point.
I looked it up.
It
the age
is
of-
16.
but
Listen, if
still.
they are banging, they're banging all over the earth. Let's be honest. It's not confined
It's
to
not
legal
confined to-
states. Yeah, this is a weird thing. And I don't
They're
really.
broken up in LA, but they're together in
Right, yeah, they
Georgia.
go. That makes sense. Okay, no, but I think that the weird thing about it is that it shouldn't matter the legality of the situation,
Yeah, it
right?
should
It's just
just
kind of
be a
weird. Like,
moral
why?
thing.
I mean, I get it that she's famous and shit, so he wants to flex it. But
Weird.
I feel like when I was 20, I was trying to fuck bitches that were like 30.
when I was 20, I already knew that you weren't supposed to fuck girls who were 16, no matter how much. God,
Clout
it
or
apparently
money.
doesn't care. Yeah, but I mean, that is the thing, huh? He's blinded by the clout.
You know what's kind of fucked up?
What?
Someone in this room that's not on this table had insider information about it prior to them posting on Instagram for months.
Oh,
Who?
No, to be totally
And he
honest, I
never
knew about
told
it for a
us.
long time too, because
Really?
I had a person who kept fucking trying to tell me oh,
Expose it.
let's post this, and I'm like, honestly, that's their thing. Like, if they
Yeah.
want to expose it, it is what it is. They can
It looks
expose
like
it.
they
I'm not
did
trying to
expose
fucking air
You're
them
not,
out.
what's the word? What's that?
You're not the shade room.
Listen, I just don't want to be like the first one to say like, oh, look who's having sex with who. But then once it is in the blogs, then it's kind of fair
it's like,
game.
Yeah,
Like,
once they put the information out themselves.
right, when she puts it out to her 12 million followers or whatever
Then
the
you
fuck
go
she's
ahead
got.
and run rampant with it after that. You know?
That's cool. I mean, Gotta is just kind of lucky that he's not famous enough that it's automatically a really big deal. But to be honest, she's kind of like fell out of that position where everybody was just constantly talking about her. Let's be real.
Yeah.
She was
How
like
famous
nonstop
would he have
for
to
a
be
while.
for that to be a big deal, though?
Well, I remember the Tyga thing, but I think
Yeah, but Tyga was like,
People.
that was
got
a
over
different
that.
situation because Tyga was like fucking, I don't know,
Yeah.
older than that. He was over 21, and he met her at like her 16th birthday
Yeah.
party or
Oh
something like
Jesus,
that.
yeah.
That was weird.
Anyway, got it. Maybe I don't want to stop love. If they're in love,
They're in love.
Good
I was
for
gonna
you.
say, I want, yeah. I thought
Anyway.
for a second, I was like, okay, is this like a Lil Xan Noah thing? But then I'm like, okay, wait, but that was
Why would they set
legal.
them? Yeah, why would they set them up?
you think Alamo's got that bag to be like, yo, bad baby, date this
Lil
guy,
guy.
pretend to date this adult?
Who
I don't
knows?
think Alamo's got that bag. If I had to guess, I would say that Bad Baby's management team is not 100% excited about the fact that they're dating, although that's just an assumption.
The only thing I was like, what the fuck about was
Please don't tap the table. When are we going to get some foam on this fucking table? This is such an issue.
I just
When
got,
are-
Oh,
when
that
we
sounded
gonna what?
terrible,
I got
huh?
heavy karate hands.
Sorry, I'm just going to stop tweaking out. But anyway, can we get some fucking foam on this table?
A phone. I thought you said the phone. I was like, yeah, what
I
are you
am the
doing
phone.
over there? Who is he texting?
Phones here. Y'all both have your fucking phones. Probably one of them is
said
going to ring
phone.
soon, and then all of a sudden the
Mine
Mine is
phone.
on
Mine's
silent.
on silent.
Okay.
Right.
What if I get an
Yeah.
important text or important, the scoop?
But you know what? Look at nothing happens.
What do you
I mean,
mean?
I don't
put
have
this
headphones.
down
We
and all
both
of a
don't
sudden it's
have
a
headphones,
thing.
so that's why we don't know what the fuck
Oh,
you're
I
talking
can hear
about.
it. Well, the
Yeah.
people at home can hear it too.
Let's see. All right, do it
Well,
again.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about New York. Okay, can I just run through this insane period of my life that I had, as long as I'm just sitting here agitated as fuck? Friday,
Okay.
we go to the Pornhub Awards. It was kind of weird because,
In LA.
yes, we got sat next to fucking Belle Delphine. Who do you know who that is?
Huge tits, I think.
Huge
No,
tits? I don't think so.
The anime girl that sells her
Right.
bathwater and shit.
Oh,
Yes, she
yeah,
sells
yeah,
bath water. So
Yeah.
you were probably
Yeah.
one of the dudes who bought
I
it.
definitely did.
That's tight. So we get sat next to her, which is kind of interesting.
picture?
With her, no, I did
should've.
I took a picture with her and Lena, but there was like another random girl in the middle, and I was kind of like,
Crop
maybe we
her
should,
out.
cut her out and just merge you two together
Yep.
because that will probably bring in
For all the
more
waifus.
likes, you know, the waifus.
The
What is
waifus?
Waifus?
That's what it is.
What is
Yeah.
wait? I mean, Kim is Asian, so she probably knows.
Wife.
What?
It means wife.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
turn to our Asian consultant, Cam Girl.
Cam girl.
So we got sat next to
Anime
her.
consultant.
You know what's the really weird part about it for Belle Delphine is that last year Atlanta won Pornhub Celebrity of the Year, which is
Damn, that's
basically a person who has searched a lot on Pornhub that year, but has not actually done real porn, I believe, is the qualification. So Belle Delphine was up for it this year because for some reason apparently people thought that she did porn. So everybody's searching her name. She won, but it was like last year, like Lena got to go on stage. It was a whole thing. Belle Delphine won, and they didn't even put it on the screen. It was like
Really?
she didn't go up on stage or anything. It's like that is like the most famous person in here,
In the room, yeah.
realistically, who's going to be on stage all night. And Pornhub, for some reason, didn't even have her go up on stage. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that. So that was weird. But
It's like the Grammys not airing like
Right.
Like
Some
best.
hip-hop
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
I mean, because use this moment, Pornhub. Like, this is a big deal because she's actually famous, granted, in a weird ass online way, but she's actually famous, more famous than a lot of the people here. And
Yeah.
she's, porn star. She's not a porn star, but give her clout. That was kind of strange for me. I was really surprised by that. And also, I assume that she came to the show, to the awards,
Because she was-
mostly because she was nominated.
And she would. Do they pre-tell you were about to win?
I don't think so. They didn't tell Lena last year, although we definitely
Wait,
had
so
a hunch.
She didn't even get announced.
She got announced like really quick on the screen that she just wasn't even there. But then also it pissed me off because, well, it didn't piss me off, but I realized that like we got treated like we were so fucking famous and important that we basically like missed like the cool socializing aspect of being there.
Why? Because you were off in some VIP section.
We pull up, they just like grab us outside, rush us into the red carpet, rush us to our seats. Then they just like rush us out at the end. And then afterwards, I'm realizing like there's mad people there that I would have been excited to like mingle with and shit. But
Yeah.
I didn't even like realize any of these people were there because they're just fucking sort of zipping us in and out because they're acting like we're so important that we can't just be hanging out with
Where's
everybody, which to me is really annoying. I hate that people assume
Where
that.
and when is the mingle section?
There's just the whole area where you can get drinks and chill chill and everything. I mean, for me though, what?
Closer to the mic.
Closer to your mouth. Do a Riley read.
No, thank you.
No, yeah, don't.
I can't really hear you. That's why.
Oh,
Thanks for letting me know.
you can't hear?
I'm listening with the headphones, motherfucker.
Word.
He's looking out for me.
Okay, so then I leave at the point of awards. I fucking go home. I sleep for like 1.5 hours, and then I get in the Uber. I go to the airport. I fucking take off. I go to New York. I wake up. I have to. I can't go too. And also, I didn't even have a backpack. I felt like they were gonna think it was one of the ISIS guys or something like that. You know, I can't.
With that beard,
I don't want to say
you
the
look like
T
an
word.
ISIS guy.
Yeah, but I thought that so I show up with no bag. I'm thinking like, damn, they're gonna fucking think I'm like a killer or something because
Why would you look like a killer just because you didn't have a bag?
I don't think anyone's paying that close attention to whether you have a bag or not.
You're right, but I didn't have a bag anyway. So it show up, and the reason why I don't have a bag is because I had to give all of my stuff to our filmer Tony so he could take it there because I didn't even get to sleep. I land
That's
in
illegal.
New York City at like 2 or 3. You're right.
Yeah,
no,
right.
it's illegal if you don't. It might be
It's
actually.
probably illegal that you're saying it in front of the millions of people that are watching right now.
You're right.
Because we have a cool podcast.
I should be put on some sort of watch
yeah,
list.
isn't it-
Coolest
it's
podcast in
illegal?
the world, actually.
Very cool.
Right.
It's illegal to take someone else's bag on an airplane.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really look into this,
Who
but you're
told you
right.
this?
In the sense that Tony,
There's signs everywhere on the airport.
I could have been giving him drugs or weapons
Yeah,
or
that's
something, and
facts.
this whole
That would've been
thing could have
awesome.
just been a big way to just get him in trouble.
It's like the time
Yeah.
you just forget that your gun is
The
in there.
gun's in the backpack.
I
Yeah.
like Joel Santana's in jail for 2 years for that.
Strapped the Fool from Travis Porter went to jail for that too.
Strapped
And,
up fool.
Strapped the Fool.
There was another person too,
That's
another
strapped up
another person who's like a legendary rap person, but I forget who it was. He got caught doing the. I think was it T-Pain? It was somebody else.
Really?
Somebody else got caught for the
T-Pain.
exact same thing.
I think T-Pain did that too. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, T-Pain's Glizzy Gang for sure.
He's glizzied up.
He probably got AK around his fucking neck when he was just walking around the house. Anyway, so I get no sleep. Well, I actually slept all right. I slept for 5 hours on the flight, and then I get right in the
That's
Uber.
not comfortable sleep though.
You know, it is what it is. It's like I had to
Yeah,
deal with it
get
though.
it where you
So I'm
get it.
drinking coffee. I'm all hyped up. We get there. I go to Rolling Loud. We had the coolest security guard. This guy Key. And it's just me, Jason, Tony, and this guy Key. Because it's a Key.
They signed you one security guard. for
I
Rolling
got
Loud?
my own security guard. Rolling Loud doesn't give a shit if I
Yeah.
get beat up. I had to get my own fucking security
Man
guard.
Key.
Well, you have
No, I
one.
did see Fat Man Key there though while I was eating a burger and watching Machine Gun Kelly, your friend.
Wow.
My great friend.
Your
Did
very
you
good friend.
introduce the Key to the other Key? Like, hey, meet Key.
No, I didn't
That's
even think
stupid.
about that. I don't think I had figured out the security guard's name at that point, to be totally honest. But our security guard was cool as shit. Just a huge, because security guards is always, and I never get like we have the ones at the store.
Mm-hmm.
There's been so few times. There might have been like 1 or 2 other times where I had to actually like hit somebody up and be like, "Yo, I need you to security for
security,
me."
yeah.
It's such a
Yeah.
weird feeling for me because I just hate acting and feeling like a bitch, even though I probably am. So Key comes through, and it's like he's cool because Security Key comes through, and he's cool because like some security are just dry as fuck and they're just there to like protect you, but they have no good personality. This guy was funny as fuck. He was telling us so much hilarious New York shit. He was just cool as fuck. He's rolling fucking joints all day.
Hell yeah.
He was tight.
Did he have a gun?
He didn't have a gun. This is New York City. You know, a security guard can't have a gun unless they're fucking
official police.
Ex-police.
ex-police. Yes, we all learned that from the 6ix9ine case because they said it on the wiretap. Collective intelligence going up. But yeah, that was cool. The first day, it took us a while to figure out that like backstage, that there was an artist area backstage that we wanted to be chilling at. We were like sticking to the stage itself, and it was kind of limiting.
There's
like,
levels to this shit, man.
you know,
you should know that.
But it's always a challenge because it's like, we're with Ski Mask and we went to the stage, but then we got relegated to the fucking area like up top where we can watch and shit. And it's like it's complicated because some of the security guards know who I am and shit, so they're just like, okay, yeah, you're good.
you're good.
And then some of them, they get used to seeing you over and over and over the whole time, and they slowly start to like allow you to actually like have access and stuff. But I went on stage for the end of Tekka's set for some reason.
How
which
long?
was
really
crazy.
like
How long is Lil Tekka set?
I wasn't there for the whole thing, but I'm thinking that he probably gets like 20-30 minutes just like everybody else.
How many? I know, like
He has like songs and albums, no? Or projects at least.
But the thing with the festival
He has one
shit that I
project.
realized is that like everybody finds a way to string out their half hour. You know, like they're gonna do like their one popular song twice, maybe. I don't know if he did that, but they're gonna do, you know, however, what other songs they're gonna do a little extra. I don't know that he did this, but like everybody does a little X tribute. We're gonna show Nipsey. We're gonna, you know, it's like everybody finds a way to stretch their fucking set out.
Did you see
stretch the work?
Or you know, you could have your DJ go up, have them do 5-10 minutes. And then even get to your stage late, so that shaves off another 10 minutes, and you can also leave early.
Ski Mask barely got to perform because the barricade was breaking while he was performing.
Jeez,
because he was
crazy.
going fucking crazy?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I guess people were going hard enough. I don't know. There was so many cops there, and they were just chilling. Rihanna was there. I didn't see her, but I saw Katie.
Shut up.
I didn't ask him for a photo.
You saw who?
Kevin
Durant.
That's mean.
Did you see any fights? Up close and personal?
No, I did not see any fights. The closest thing I saw to a fight, and this wasn't documented on anywhere online that I saw at all.
Exclusive.
But so we're lingering around by Thug's bus, and I actually was doing like an on-camera interview with Duke. Of 60s, and he was actually wearing this like Dior like sweater that made him look like fucking Iron Man. You all can do that fucking Photoshop when it comes out or whatever. And I told him straight up, I'm like, you look like a superhero. But Thug's sister Dora was there, so that was cool. And I actually asked her on camera if she liked my interview with Thug, and she said yes, but that I should have asked him who his favorite sister was. So I thought that was kind of adorbs.
Damn, she said that?
Might have been favorite sibling, but something along those lines. But then,
oh yeah, because he has like 10.
Right, but then we're all maneuvering away from it, trying to like kind of trail Thug, seeing if we can maybe like join his crew to get to the stage or whatever. And at that point, we just see a big old like little fight start happening. But then people start running like crazy. Like, you know, there's that one, like it can't be anything else except either a gun or somebody saying that someone has a gun when you see people running like that.
They're running away.
Right, but I've seen it happen enough times that I'm like, there ain't no gun like this. It's almost never a gun. It's just people are mad pussy, and the idea that there could be a gun there just makes them freak the fuck out. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know what happened. I'm almost 100% sure there was no gun, but it was probably there was one dude just yelling like BX, BX.
Okay.
You know, he's just like flex. I don't know what my assumption is that this might have been somebody who like just felt that they were like owed a handshake or some sort of introduction to Thug, and it seemed like they felt like so they were kind of.
It was almost directly involving Young Thug in a way.
I mean, he was standing there, but it was kind of hard for me to see exactly what was going on too. But it didn't turn into anything. We got Action Bronson, a bunch of on-camera stuff with him. That was great. We ate his ice cream. It had olive oil in it.
What?
How was that?
Fantastic. It was really incredible. And actually, you want to hear a good story?
Sure.
You know, a good story from my clout chasing perspective. We go to fucking, we're about to leave, and then as we're walking out, we just see like 5 fucking giant bodyguards all walking, and then I see a little shimmery character in the middle, and I realize it's fucking Lil Uzi. So I'm just like trying to like stick my face in front of his and everything, and I'm just finally like, hey, Uzi, what's up? And he goes, oh, hey, man, what's up? He's like super happy to see me. I'm like, can we go up on stage with you? He's like, oh, yeah, sure, let's go. So we fucking pop in the van, like not the van that Uzi was in, but like the van behind it. And we fucking go up to the stage with Uzi. I'm totally like, oh, this is tight. We're going on stage. We'll be able to get all this footage, and then we'll be able to fucking try to get the interview off afterwards. And the security like just hated on us for some reason, just randomly. This time they hated on us. We did not get on stage with Uzi.
Because it's Uzi, that's
why.
But
then we saw Ski Mask, and Ski Mask was going up, and we saw Tarek from Rolling Loud, and he got us up there with him. But then I did not get the Uzi interview that I was trying to get.
Where did Uzi go? Where did Uzi go after the fucking?
Probably fucking ran away.
He's ran away.
Home.
Ran around. Remember at Rolling Loud? Like, remember how lit that was when he ran around the thing?
Day and night.
That was day and night.
Yeah. Were you guys there?
Speaking of, we're gonna be a day in Vegas.
We are gonna be a day
in
Vegas.
Should we get into that?
Sure.
Or should we finish? Are you done with New York?
Are you done with your fucking long ass Rolling Loud?
I don't know what else I would talk about with New York unless there was something actually interesting.
Did you see 50 Cent?
I didn't, but I was like getting in the Uber and I heard him go on stage.
Jason said he saw it.
Jason saw him and was hyped. Jason rubbed oil on his muscles.
Quick question. So for me watching it on the live stream at home, it looked like nobody gave a fuck that 50 Cent came out.
Oh no, that shit went crazy. It's in Queens.
Okay.
It was going nuts.
But
the crowd knew every word.
The problem, he said everybody heard it. I think they heard him. But the problem with that though is that like when you go to Rolling Loud, it really genuinely feels like these kids have never heard a song that came out before like 2013.
Yeah, I know. That's the crazy. That's what
they probably weren't born before 2000.
When you look out into that crowd is so fucking white. You're in New York City. It don't matter. Like, and it's not when you're walking around. It feels like you're seeing quite a few black people,
Yeah.
but when you're like
the
looking
crowd.
out into the crowd, it
Yeah.
seems
Only seems
so
like white people.
light skinned.
And think about it. Okay, so if it's in New York, it's like you got all these niggas from Pittsburgh, from Boston,
Connecticut, everywhere, yeah.
everywhere around. They're all coming to New York for this thing.
I bet if you were to do a head count in the projects, like around the corner from Rolling Loud, that it would probably be pretty much the same the day of Rolling Loud and like the week before.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's like.
Did you hear about any goon activities happening? Anybody getting robbed? Anybody fucking getting slapped up?
Nah, because we were talking about that, right? That was like, is this Rolling Loud going to be more like the Miami one where everybody
don't
was getting
think so.
shot
Nah,
and crazy shit happening,
Pretty
or was it going to be
low-key.
more like Bay Area where the most controversial thing that happened was that
Lil
Britney
Peep.
called Megan Thee Stallion a bitch a bunch of times. But yeah, it was not. I mean, they kicked a bunch of people off the bill. That was probably the most controversial thing. There really
was
wasn't.
crazy.
It was kind of a crazy vibe because it felt like the cops were just so on
Watching
alert
everything.
for if anything
Is
were
weed
to
legal
happen.
in New York?
Oh, wow. That is one crazy thing is that not only was everybody smoking so much at Rolling Loud, but you could just smoke weed in New York and nobody gives a fuck. We were standing around because
That's crazy.
we stayed at a random ass Airbnb in Williamsburg, but there was like tons of people around and we're standing around smoking, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, we're walking to the deli, just bunch of cops walk right by me. I'm holding a blunt. They can clearly smell this. This shit smells like fucking poison. It's No Jumper Kush available in stores.
Available in stores now, bitches.
Bro,
Get your poison.
I just gotta say though, Saturday, San Diego. If you know anyone in San Diego, our meet and greet is going down San Diego.
Let's go, Kim.
Noon. If you guys want to come, that would be tight. But I mean, we're getting up at fucking. We're leaving her at like 8 in the morning to go there.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. You probably won't have gone to bed yet at that point. 7:30.
7:30, motherfucker.
And every time I say that I'm gonna sleep in the fucking car when we gotta leave
Never.
super early, and it never happens. Instead, we just smoke a ton of weed.
Wait, so the fucking meet and greet is at 8 a.m.? What the fuck?
No, but San Diego is far as hell. We gotta fucking
Like,
drive for
it's
so
like
long.
3
hours. 2 hours,
2.5,
maybe.
3.
I mean, I guess they want us there. You know, if we show up right at noon, maybe
Are
it'll
you
be
doing
more.
sound
It
check?
starts.
I don't know.
It's from
just,
noon to when.
This is my first time doing this weed meet and greet thing. This is like a new
Is it
thing
at a
for us.
dispensary?
Yeah,
where-
yeah. It's called March and Ash. The flyer's like on my Twitter and my Instagram story. No Jumper. It's all over there.
I'm
Everything.
pulling up. I might pull up with y'all.
You're not pulling up. I know you're not gonna fucking meet us here at 8 in the morning.
Well, you said leaving at 7:30. I'm really not doing it.
7:30.
If I
I'm
don't
trying to be
sleep-
realistic.
I'll
I'm
just-
I'm saying we'll probably leave at 8.
Yeah, I mean, if he stays
'Cause
up
you-
all night and parties and come here,
Not party,
out.
but if I just stayed up all night
I will go home and get a full night's sleep. I will get at least 6 hours of sleep.
and then wake up and eat an EDM breakfast,
I haven't done that in so long.
that was
What?
the funniest shit.
No, Lena's going to Exotica this weekend. So
What's that?
it's a porn convention thing where you just stand around and you fucking.
Like sign autographs and stuff?
Yeah, I guess like everything is paid. So if you're in New Jersey, go show Lena some love because she's going to be out there. It's like they sign pictures and
You
like.
need to get Lena a security guard when she goes to do shit like that.
I know it's so weird because I tell her I'm like I want like a dude, like a big dude staying with you who goes everywhere with you, but she's so low key and she's so humble. I just I worry a little bit, but
Where's she going? New Jersey?
yeah.
She'll
You're
be
going that
all
far
right.
away.
Yeah.
The setup's always different because it's like in Jersey, or it's like I don't know what it's going to be like for me. Presumably because there are so many porn stars all in one place, there's going to
Yeah.
be pretty good security,
It's gonna be fun.
protection,
She's not
whatever.
going alone, right?
She's just going to be with a bunch of her friends out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't say it, but you know the thing that's coming out that I did the thing for fairly recently.
The thing that you had
Oh.
to lose like 500 pounds for?
Well, that I tried to. Yeah. That comes out on the 1st of the month.
Woo!
And we can't
my
leak
God.
what it is, but wow, that is going to be a
just gonna-
shit show of a day.
I'm just gonna
Still
go
didn't
ahead and
tell-
say what it is, guys. So
Wait, so do we have to see your dick?
No, I'm fully clothed.
really,
Just asking.
Yeah, you know what this is. No.
so then what's the big deal then?
You're when you say, "Are you gonna see my dick?" You're starting to sort of give it away.
Oh yeah.
There's only so many contexts in which you see a man's dick, and also I'm offended, and I think I'm gonna have to talk to HR because you just talked about my dick.
Wait, first of all, we don't even have an HR, do we?
First of
No.
all, I
Josh
have
is
a,
HR.
Yuri. Imagine having a problem with another person and trying to explain like human emotions to Yuri. Oh,
He's not a
jeez.
robot. Well, kind of.
He's kind of robotic.
If you want
He
to talk
just
about
wouldn't
HR, the only reason why I bring up your dick is because one time I tweeted about how I never want to see your dick, and then Lena was fucking tweeting me videos
Oh no.
of her sucking your dick.
What? She tweeted that at you?
Yes.
That seems really inappropriate.
Wait.
I'm gonna have to talk
You
with
heard
her.
that?
Wait. Wasn't there?
This was like 2 or 3 years ago before we had Yuri as HR. So
Before maybe Lena knew that was inappropriate.
Wasn't
Yeah,
there a
I mean, I'm
video?
not mad
Wasn't
at
there
her.
a video
I love
of
her
you
so.
peeing and her
Yes.
running up behind you and
She
trying to
attacks me.
I don't remember that.
Really, you were probably drunk as hell.
I think it's on YouTube.
It was a Kanye
Really?
album listening event, so of course Kim was
that's like-
lit.
Also, my good friend 420 Tiesto has a couple sexual complaints about you sexually harassing him
Ew.
and touching his butt.
Really?
That's disgusting.
That's a thing?
I heard you get really frisky with dudes sometimes when you're
Ew.
drunk.
I've never seen that
You
side
want
of
me
her.
to
Back
get
in-
into what you get, how you
With
get
dudes?
frisky? Jesus Christ.
With dudes?
With dudes?
With dudes or what?
No, with women.
Wow.
I want to say this. I have to issue a clarification. Sarah of First Access
like, what?
Entertainment.
I thought you meant Sarah Molina.
Yeah. I had
She's the president or the owner of First Access Entertainment, which is the label that signed Pete.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember we had this conversation the other day?
She's not happy with us.
She was not happy. She mailed me like a cease and desist or whatever in my
Really?
fucking email, basically telling me that, because this is the confusion that I was suffering from, is that there's somebody else who like worked for First Access or whatever that was fucking Peep while they were also managing him.
Well,
It was not her.
It wasn't her. It was the tour manager.
It was someone
Her.
else, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't her. But me not knowing how to read, being an idiot, I read the article or whatever, and I oversimplified and made that mistake and said that. So that video has been taken down.
Oh, it did.
She did not have sex with Pete by any sort of. I have no reason to think that. Whatever. Their lawsuit is still going and shit. But I just wanted to say that.
This
Go
is
ahead
like
and
your
clear
little
that up.
apology.
Well,
Kinda.
yeah. Clip this. Say it, throw this out there. I don't know if anyone cares, but clearly she cared.
Obviously, she cared.
Well,
yeah.
she's going to court for this shit, so she definitely should care. And then that's the crazy shit too, is that I have now officially seen 1/2, and Lil Housephone has seen like 1/12
Oh, I wanna
of
see
the
it.
Lil Peep documentary. I got this screener copy. It's crazy how fucking high tech this shit is. They got my name right on it. It's really weird to watch a whole documentary that has your name just
Yeah.
burned into it.
Burned into the whole thing.
So that's why you can't leak it.
And you said that it's only like it gives you a number of watches.
Yeah,
you can
it
only
says you can only watch it however many times. I was
That's so
watching it up
crazy.
until the moment that we
That we
came on
started
here.
this, yeah.
So
Oh my god, I want to be part of your whatever, how many cycles you can watch it.
I
right.
think it's only like 1 or 2.
I mean, I can ask them if I could send you the fucking link. I'm sure they'd be down.
maybe.
You're not asking Sarah, right?
Right. I am not. By the way, there's so much random footage in this thing, and I'm just kind of like, y'all didn't think to look in the No Jumper vlogs at all. There was so much like random good shit of Pete back in the day, and they didn't put any of it in there. I was a little offended to be written out of history like that. I don't give a shit that I wasn't in it. It's whatever. I get it. I'm super
Yeah.
controversial. People involved with Pete don't like me. But just to not even have that footage in there, I was kind of bummed out.
Yeah.
Who's like in charge of this? Not First Access, right?
I mean, probably a lot of people.
First Access made this, this is the crazy part. They made this documentary, and they got Peep's mom interviewed in the, like it's put out by them, but then
She's like,
she's interviewed in it, even though she's suing them.
I mean,
Maybe
'cause-
they did it before the.
yeah, the relationship probably soured a little later when she like really, she probably gathered more information and
Yeah, I don't even know if the relationship was ever good. I would be interested to know that. I was interested to know if she was ever cool with it, because that's one of the things that I maybe didn't really know when I'm watching the documentary. And there's a few different like storylines that sort of unfold. And one of the things that's interesting is that basically like, well, I guess I knew this, but Peep had like sort of beef with his management company because they were like I knew this from other people, but it was just weird to hear somebody from First Access, the dude Chase, actually talk about it, where he says, we told Peep, you're our priority. Like, we're trying to blow you up. So to the extent that he was trying to like bring GBC up with them, and like I knew that there was like a thing where they weren't really like invited on tour with Peep and shit. From the management company, that totally makes sense because they're trying to keep him off drugs. They're trying to keep shit simple and everything. But
mean,
that was like very much like friction between Peep and his management company. That's kind of like a big theme of it, is that he wanted to just be this like man of the people that could really look after his friends and
everybody
everything.
out.
But then you got the management company trying to treat his career like a business. It's very much like the difference between like the old way of getting hot and like what a career is supposed to be, and the new way where it's like business just sort of interjects itself and changes everything right away.
yeah. I mean, honestly, it's like it's so many moving parts to that whole story and so much shit that we'll probably never know. And you know, it's all a crazy story all the way wrapped together. You know,
And it's weird watching the fucking documentary because we knew him at all these different stages and shit. It's most of it is just like a collection of all. Like I guess that's part of the cool shit about it
It's
too.
very
Is that
raw too. Like I'm like
Yeah.
I've only watched fucking 15 minutes of it, and some of
You
the
wanna
shit
cry?
in it, I was just like, damn, like I was not even expecting to see any of that already.
But all the footage, like there's so many people that were just shoving cameras in his faces, social media stuff, random vlogs and everything. And like because of the way the world is now, it's like they just have access to so much shit of so many different spans
Angles
in his
and-
life, you know?
Dude, I did not realize. Like obviously, we weren't there during all the Russia shit,
Right.
But just watching this little segment of how crazy it was, like they were fucking waiting on him as soon as he got off the plane, like in Russia, with like I love Lil Peep signs, and
Yeah.
it was
That's
like
crazy.
He had
I
like
didn't know it
100
was
girls
that.
waiting for him. Maybe not 100,
That's
maybe
what they do
like
for, like,
50
K-pop
It was probably
stars.
at the
like-
fucking airport. Nobody does that. Nobody
How
waits
the
at the
fuck-
airport.
They do
How
that
the
at K-pop stars.
how do you
stuff.
find when they're gonna land, what flight they're on?
Honestly, I feel like what they do is they see when his show is, just fucking.
There's only so
camp
many
out at the
flights that
airport.
could be
There's only
coming
so
from
many
LA.
Coming from LA, yeah.
Somebody calls and says, my friend blank or whatever is like flying out. I need to know the flight information. I'm sure there's all kinds of ways to get that
Yeah.
shit.
And I don't think they could give you your information by just calling.
Yeah,
Line
and,
say you're
and the fact that
friend.
they were in the airport at the gate, like it was like, nigga, he got out of the plane and they were right there.
Peep is probably sitting there on his Instagram story as the flight's leaving or some shit. So it's like for the kids who really give a shit, they
Yeah.
probably there's only one airport that he could realistically be probably going to.
Yeah,
There's only
that's
so many flights coming in. They probably just these crazy ass kids. They're not
Did he
against
pop
waiting for
off
10
in
hours in the
Russia
airport.
before, like
I
kind
don't
of.
think it was
Kinda.
before.
But he
I
was
don't
like
know
one
if
of
it
them
was
before.
dudes
They,
like
like, love that
like
kind of
Night Lavelle and like even
Yeah,
Bones
yeah.
and Xavier and all them. I mean, they
Dark
sort of
stuff.
like the dark shit sort of like
Yeah.
catches on in Russia before it catches on here.
Kind of crazy, and he's Russian, right?
Is he?
I
Or-
don't
Name
know
like
about that.
Gus. Gustavo.
Gustav.
He's some sort of Eastern European, no?
Now is
know.
not the time to guess at his
Anyways.
ethnicity,
I
Kim.
have no idea.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Stop tapping your foot. Jesus Christ, I
It
got
wasn't
that
me.
shit.
That was
Who's doing that?
Not me.
Fucking. Oh yeah, I did a party with Ghostface.
You said what?
I did a party with Ghostface.
I thought you said
Oh
Ghost
my god,
Man.
I thought you said Ghost Man too.
Who's more relevant right now, Ghostface or Ghost Man?
It's like all the
They're
Ghostface
so-
fans don't even know who Ghostman is, and
And
all the
vice
Ghostman
versa.
fans maybe know who Wu-Tang is, but I don't,
Not Ghostface.
I don't think they
it's
got Ghostface
two
on their
completely
Spotify.
different. It's like apples and oranges.
Yeah, it's like crazy that those are even considered the same type of music in some
not at
weird
all.
way. You don't think?
Well, not at all.
I feel like if Ghostface heard Ghostman, he would be like, "That's rap."
What if they did a tour together, the Ghost
The
tour?
Ghost tour, Casper tour.
I mean, but who, is there any synergy there? Like, is anyone?
Not at all. But let's
Yeah.
go. Let's
That's
do
like
it.
us trying
Let's
to
set it
put
up.
Lil Tracy and Hoodrich Pablo Juan on a tour together.
You want
That might work out.
You want to know something that I know? That I don't even know if I should be saying this, but I'm just going to wild out and say
Oh
it. So
my
when we're
God.
hanging out with Ghostface, I started trying to ask him about the Wu-Tang show. Because I only seen one episode of it, but I started trying
It's
to
like
talk to him
on
about
Netflix or something,
He
right?
said he ain't even seen it.
Wow.
They make a fucking TV show about him and he don't even care enough to watch it.
I mean,
I forget where I heard it, but they were talking about how RZA would
Yeah.
just have them do songs and then they wouldn't even hear it until it comes out.
Well,
Like on an album.
he's supposed to do that. The producer's supposed to produce, and then it's like if you've got 9 verses, it's like you got to start making fucking big
Yeah.
choices. But I mean, that was just kind of crazy to me that he didn't actually like taking the time to see it. Like a bunch of the Wu members were, like involved in it. I wonder if he in any way feels like it's kind of weird that he wasn't involved in it because he didn't say anything. Like you could tell that he didn't want to like.
Yeah.
Drop any like wild opinions or anything, and it was crazy though because I'm just sitting there like we're around a bunch of his friends and shit, and I'm just talking loosely as I fucking always do about what I thought of the fucking Wu-Tang thing, and I'm pointing out like it's kind of weird because they don't use any of the music in the documentary or in the episodes, but then at the very end, the outro they'll use a real Wu-Tang song. This is from the one episode I saw, but like then like it's like this fantasy world based on the Wu-Tang universe, and one of the dudes who was there started to get offended by me saying this, and like he was just like, man, like RZA knows what he's doing. Like RZA knows what he's doing. Like you can't question RZA. I'm like.
okay.
I'm not questioning him. I'm just talking about the show. I'm like, this is. I'm like I'm being super respectful, basically the way I was talking about. And I just
You
remember.
just said you were wilding out, but now you're saying you're being.
He's wilding out respectfully.
it's
You're
like
talking loosely, respectfully.
wilding out in the sense that I was just saying whatever the fuck I wanted, even though I was around a bunch of like hip hop legends at that moment. But it's like I'm sort of also just assuming that everybody's gonna sort of like
Kind of ask him about that.
you can question anything. It's like, I mean, yeah, RZA's one of the greatest hip hop producers of all time, but he's made a whole bunch of songs that didn't go anywhere. It's like he's made weird albums that nobody fucking talked that much about. I love RZA's more than anything, but I mean, you could talk about the show, and I don't think RZA would get offended.
You don't know that nigga.
I do. I met him at the same party where Kim tried to grab me while I was peeing.
I'm rolling my eyes.
And that's what I said. I said, I just interviewed Ghostface. So now you should let me interview you. And Laura says she's working on it.
So, how was this party?
What party? Oh, that party was cool. It was just sort of like this art gallery thing. It was weird as fuck because, dude, I'm like 3 blocks away from my old apartment that I lived in Brooklyn. And I'm in this gallery space doing this party with Ghostface.
Remember when we tried to do Jules Santana party?
That was Jim Jones.
Jim Jones.
Yes.
Where? In New York?
Whatever, 2 J's.
No, yeah, it was like we were supposed to do a Jim Jones show. Yeah, the cops hate Jim Jones.
When was this? Because
this was on that Jeffrey and whatever tour.
Because he's a member of the 9 Trey Bloods.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I mean, I guess the cops probably knew that way before we knew that.
They're probably working on that since before then.
Stop tapping your hands. What should we talk about?
I want to talk about
Playboi Carti album still didn't come out.
How do you feel about that? You upset?
Still.
When was it supposed to come out? Last Friday?
And they just keep dropping hints, and this keeps supposed to be out. It's like everything.
What are these hints?
Okay, it wasn't a real. Okay, this was the hint. So it was just a picture with cryptic Playboi Carti messaging that just said "Red incoming," which is a whole lot of red. Name of the album.
Right.
And then it said something about 2 days, but then Iggy Azalea confirmed on Twitter that he didn't mean.
That's his rollout?
No.
Oh.
Iggy Azalea confirmed that he didn't mean that the album was dropping in 2 days, that he had been locked in the studio working on it.
What is that? Why is Playboi Carti having Iggy Azalea do his fucking PR?
Because he never, like, if you go back, even when his first album came out, Gunnar Stahl tweeted it. He never tweeted his own fucking album link. Like, I don't know. He's very mysterious like that on his online presence.
What a dickhead! I can't even wrap my head around that.
Tweet
your fucking album, man.
Nah. I think this is he's the only exception for the rule of like less is more with him.
Listen, I've been thinking about it for my entire life. More is more. Promote your fucking album, Carti. Nah, that's all right. I mean, I get it that that's his thing. That he's like trying to be all rare and shit, but I just don't.
He has like 3 Instagram posts for the last 2 years.
What's the point of having these followers if you ain't gonna fucking hype that shit out? I guess
he
is the one rare one. What up, Cleo? He's the one rare one that maybe doesn't need the promo, but I'm still like,
he doesn't
get the promo.
Those 3 pictures, it's not like new ones updated and then archive shit.
Well, no, I'm saying like the last picture was the one that was like red incoming 2 days, like and it was like I
did see a lot of memes on Twitter and people angry that
what is a whole lot of red supposed to mean? Isn't red like?
If he's the big blood, nigga. He's the biggest blood. Stop playing.
Or red.
No, I don't
red,
know.
No, but it's a lean thing, isn't it? But isn't red? People don't exactly prize red. They're not excited about red.
I don't think it's a lean thing at all.
Okay.
The old school dudes used to throw red out.
Do you remember, like early SoundCloud Playboi Carti when like he would like drop songs and it just had like a bright red picture instead of like a
no.
Okay.
But also I do remember I remember old school Carti that used to fuck your bitches.
I used to fuck my specifically my bitches.
Right? Wasn't that a thing?
Maybe. You know. I don't know. But anyway.
Is that when he stole your girl at a show? At the observatory?
Almost.
We're not going to tell that fucking story again. We've told that story so many times. Man, you guys don't even know that I am about to start a new weekly podcast with somebody, and you guys have no idea. And the reason why I have no idea is because we didn't start talking about it until like 2 hours ago. But somebody asked me.
Playboi Carti asked you to be on a weekly podcast.
Could you imagine him even being on like podcast and like really holding down a conversation for an hour talking about anything?
Has he ever
besides
done interviews?
He has done stuff, but I mean, I saw him get interviewed by Rosenberg.
When? Recently?
That was at least a year ago. He didn't say shit. It was fucking weird. It made me like, wow, like I don't want to do an interview like that. Like that's not fun.
When's the Bones interview coming?
Ask Nardwar. Nardwar did it.
That was fire.
We missed the window. I mean, like back then, I should have pushed for Bones to do the interview. I never really stressed it that much. I wasn't at that time in particular. I was not in the mind state of I'm gonna push to get these fucking interviews, because now, knowing what I know now, I realize what it is. You get a publicist and you put them to fucking work trying to get those interviews. Back then, I was just letting shit happen.
Yeah.
You can't just let it happen. I would have got way better interviews back then if I was smart enough to have a publicist.
You live and you learn.
Were you even at that stage where you needed a publicist yet?
Yes, because when I think about it, somebody like Carti, I probably could have got that interview if I had somebody who was professional and following up.
Instead of just being like,
you know, me trying to get a Carti interview. This is me trying to talk to him back in the day. I put my fucking head up to his ear in a packed show, and I was like, "Oh, you should do an interview." And he said, "I'll do an interview. I'm just not trying to do a long interview." He said, "I'll like do 20 minutes or some shit." But you know, how much am I really following up? When you don't have a publicist, you're basically just like trying to contact people yourself. It's a fucking nightmare.
I think that
You just hit
people
niggas'
found
DMs.
some sort of like genuineness in that, or like, what's the word?
Yeah, and that's fucking great for him, but it sucks for me.
No, I'm saying for you, for No Jumper, it was like some kind of like
Listen,
organic shit.
If I got a Carti interview at
now
that
you're
time,
the
at that time, shit would have been huge. It would have been one of the biggest interviews I ever got. Yeah, it's cool that I was just getting interviews with people I just ran into, but you can run into people and also have a publicist who's trying to make these things happen for you. Like, but I'm reading Howard Stern's new book. Holy shit, his relationship with his publicist is crazy. Like they're asking like big celebrities like 10, 20 times before they finally say yes.
Yeah, 100%.
You got to keep reminding them
asking.
you exist, you know?
Yeah, a publicist's job is pretty much just poking someone until they say yes.
It's like, hey,
So
hey.
real.
And
We'll do this
even
interview?
even if they say no, you have to keep asking.
Yeah, over
Yeah.
and over and over. Let me in.
Interesting.
I don't know what we got up here. Fucking
What is that first thing right there?
Drake's dad is now with New York from Flava Flav.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you don't know about that?
I didn't know about
see
this.
that.
You didn't know about that?
I
Flava
did not know about
Flav's. You remember that show, New
Yeah,
York?
yeah,
I was in New York.
We know who
remember
New York
Flavor
is,
Flav.
but what?
I was
thought
just
that
thinking
he
about
was
it.
married to some Asian woman.
Flava Flav?
No.
Drake's dad.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't fucking know. Was he ever married?
Or dating, maybe, but like in some kind of serious relationship.
First of
I have
all,
no
that
idea.
nigga Drake's dad dressed like a supervillain.
He dresses
He's
like a fucking
crazy.
dad whose son just happened to get rich and he's just having a blast. They were beefing on the fucking timeline like the
saw
other
that. That
day.
made me
That's
sad.
why it's crazy that he's actually like dating a celebrity and stuff. I was thinking about New York the other day because since Santana, when she goes and does that interview with Joe Budden or about Joe Budden, that was with New York.
New York does interviews now.
Yeah, she's
That's
like
who you need to interview.
she's fascinating. I
iconic.
did. I hit up my publicist and told her get me an interview with her. Because what am I going to do? I'm
How
going
does
to
she look
DM her.
now? I'm gonna look at her on
She looks decent. Doesn't look too bad.
I feel like
love her so
I feel
much.
like over the years she like started looking better, and I'm like, all right, I'm kind of down.
I thought she looked good back then.
I thought she looked better like a couple years ago when I saw her on like one of those celebrity rehab shows or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, damn,
Maybe
she's
she-
getting her shit together. She looks fine.
Yeah, but a girl always going to look good when they're in rehab.
I don't think it was a rehab like that. It was like celebrity rehab. It was like fame rehab.
What is that like? You can't just not be famous.
I don't know. Go watch the show.
You have to just become irrelevant as fuck. You just have to like not
Nah, it
do
was
anything.
like it was
Be
like
locked up in this
it was like a
celebrity rehab.
family. I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm confusing
Maybe
this
it was
shit
like a
because it was her and her
marriage boot
mom.
camp or something.
It was some shit like that, but it was like family boot camp.
Yeah, because I mean, Aaron Carter's on that. Just talk about him fucking
Wow,
every week.
what a guy.
But he's not married and he's on it. It's like a family thing.
Do you think Aaron Carter's related to Sean Carter?
Who the fuck? Oh,
Sean
Jay
Puffy
Z.
Carter.
Sean Puffy Carter. This is
Sean
the person
Puffy
that I
Combs.
choose to discuss
Sean
rap
Puffy
music with
Combs.
on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. Cam Girl.
Sean Puffy Carter. Good.
I feel bad.
Let's make that a meme. Send that to Rock Nation.
Sean
Anyone who
Puffy
works at Rock
Carter.
Nation, or if you know anyone who works at Rock Nation, we got to get that right to the top.
Send that right over. El Chapo's son arrested.
And then
Oh
unarrested.
my God. Really?
Yeah.
He got out already?
Yeah, they like rioted in the streets and.
I don't know if he got
some
unarrested
shit.
though.
They let
How are
him
you
go.
going to riot to protect a cocaine dealer? A
Bro,
drug
did you
dealer?
see
The cartel
crazy
runs the
videos?
fucking everything over there.
Yeah, I get it, but what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, they're defending a fucking person who's just their contribution to society is just selling drugs. I guess it's because
Nah,
they
but you
take
don't
some
know what
percentage.
you don't
They
know
take
what them
some
niggas is
percentage of
doing
the
for-
money and they put it back into the community. Cool, but at the
Not
end of the
even
day,
some. They-
you
a
made
lot.
that fucking money selling meth and fentanyl and
No.
heroin and shit.
Yeah,
No,
to
but you have
Americans,
think
not to
that
them.
El Chapo,
that's a good
where
point.
he's from, Sinaloa,
He's like a fucking god.
He's like a god there. He like builds schools and does shit that
He
the
did so
government
much
doesn't
good.
do.
He did so
They
much
look
good
at him-
shit to outweigh the bad
Yeah,
shit.
they look at him like he's better than like
Well,
the
some of
president.
them. There's a lot of
Most
people that
people.
hate him.
Obviously, like
We're really gonna sit here and act like the cartels are just all good, like they're not
I'm not
fucking
saying that the-
destroying Mexican
Nobody
society.
said that.
No one's
they
saying
actually
that
was
they're all good.
upbuilding it a lot too. You gotta do your fucking history, all right? Do
Listen.
your research, buddy.
When Stringer Bell was destroying the communities in Baltimore and then
Who?
also helping to build
Are you talking
schools
about
or some
the
shit.
Wire
Like the
shit?
Yes, I
Wire
am.
shit.
Then it doesn't
Stringer
matter.
Bell.
You're
What the
still a
fuck kind of
piece
name
of
is that?
shit. You're an uncultured piece of shit who's never seen The Wire, so don't even
never
get
seen it.
started. But
no,
never seen The Wire.
you are an asshole.
why?
Because I don't care about the wire.
We're
That
talking about
doesn't-
real
You don't
life.
care, Sean Puffy Carti.
Both of you guys are.
We're talking about real
Listen,
life.
Kim, we're trying to talk about hip hop. You are a K-pop
Sean
consultant.
Puffy Carter.
We'll consult with you when we want to talk about. Oh, we can't talk about what the fuck is their name? KSI.
Why?
BFB. What is the fucking Korean
Nigga.
group?
BTS.
BTS. Right.
Did somebody die?
That
from
was
BTS?
real. I actually didn't know.
That's,
No, but they're gonna have to go to war and die.
With
What?
who?
They're going to war. They're fucking. They're getting recruited by the Korean government. They're gonna have to go serve, just like Elvis. Like
No, that's like everyone.
America got rid of that like forever ago. Like Elvis had to go to fucking war and shit, and then he got to come back and keep being
Hey, you
famous, and he lost his
uncultured
mind.
swine, you realize why that is, right?
Why?
Because Korea is still in war technically with North Korea. Like they're not. There's no
Yeah.
peace treaty signed.
No, I
They could
get
go in
why.
war
I'm
at
just
any
saying it's
time.
fucking stupid.
That's
Listen,
the biggest
I
band.
mean-
think about how many millions, billions of dollars this member of BTS, whatever the fuck that is bringing in, and they're gonna make him go to war. They're gonna fucking
They're-
beat
I
his
don't- I
ass.
think that
He's
you're-
probably gonna get shot. He's gonna
They're
lose a
not-
limb. He's
they're
gonna come
not
back
going to
rapping in
war.
a wheelchair. Whatever. It's a waste of his
Every
time.
single male in Korea has to serve in the military for 2 years. That doesn't mean they're going to war.
Give him an exception. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean-
honestly that's.
He's
kinda true.
out there
Literally-
making Korea look good to millions of people. What, you're gonna make him go sit around in some fucking docks or something?
Honestly, it's like a.
It's like a rite of passage. Like everybody
every
has to do
person
it.
has to do it, and like
Every person.
You've been
every
brainwashed.
every male. And
They really got to you, huh?
Excuse me.
They got to you. Like
Who's
you
they?
really, you've bought into this government
Yeah.
propaganda.
I
Like you
mean-
really like we gotta protect Korea. Everybody, did you do your years?
I'm not. A
He's not a
male.
male.
But look,
Well, that's
listen.
kinda fucked up, too.
There's people that were as famous as BTS, maybe not worldwide, in Korea, and they didn't want to serve in the military, so they like came to America and tried to like escape
Get away.
doing that shit, and they were like banned from
Banned.
Korea now.
I'm
They
not
can't
saying
even
that they
come
should
back.
break the law. And I completely understand that this guy from BTS is going to be like a fucking scourge on Korean society if he does run away. So obviously it's in his best interest to go and do his 2 years, and then he gets
do
to
it.
come back and
Everyone
have a
has to
nice
do it.
life. Cool. From his perspective, that totally makes sense. I'm just saying, if I'm a Korean lawmaker, which is kind of a weird position to put myself in, don't you want a member of your community who's clearly become more famous than almost anyone from Korea ever? An amazing. I'm
kinda
assuming
give him
he's an amazing ambassador. I don't know anything about him. I have no idea who this guy is. I'm assuming he's an amazing
We
ambassador
have a
for Korea.
president.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's irrelevant compared to BTS.
Offending the cartel, offending
He
Koreans.
is
If I know
insane right
one
now.
thing about
Okay, I offended Sean Puffy Carter. We're offending everyone here.
at Rock Nation, all I'm
have
saying,
friends there, okay?
yeah, not for long. All I'm saying is that just shit doesn't make any sense
Yeah,
to me.
but that makes so many gray areas. The reason why they do it like that, everyone has to go, is so that there's not this and that. Like, wait, but I think I'm as famous as this person. Then what are they gonna?
Oh, yeah.
Totally agree.
What are they gonna chart it at? Okay, you have this many
This many
Instagram
followers.
Yes,
Or like,
that's exactly how they should
that's
do
how
it.
you would act. That's why you're not the president
Listen,
of fucking
we're,
anything.
we're talking about how many people are in Korea? South Korea.
I mean, I'm not good at numbers.
Many,
I don't
many,
know.
many, many, many millions. We're talking about 5 dudes who, let's be real, they're probably not the kind of guys who are going to go off to war and like really
Yeah.
do some damage.
That's fact.
Hey,
They're
you
probably gonna end up
you
washing
never know,
dishes.
because a lot of people that are famous in Korea, like
could be a hero.
super famous, that may be as famous as fucking Leonardo DiCaprio in America, right?
Uh-huh.
They go off to the military and they actually love it, and they get in high rankings and they want to do it. Like,
Really?
not saying that they're gonna quit their job later, but they like excel at it, do a great job, come back to their real life, and become an actor again.
Listen, I hope that I'm not offending the BTS stans, because I'm assuming that they are probably on my side, right?
I
Like
think you're offending Korea.
Why? I'm just telling them that they need to run their country differently.
ASAP Rocky is a sex addict. He
That's so
admitted it.
boring. Cool, you like fucking. I already heard Joe Budden and Rory and them laugh about this for like a half hour last night. It's just such a. It's like, all
Where
right.
did he say this in like an interview?
I mean, what are you gonna
Anthony
do with this
Martinez.
information? It's like, all right, you're a sex addict. Like, get help, or just accept that you're just a dude who likes fucking. Like, you know.
Maybe
Yeah.
he like said that to like get like more girls to
sex.
fuck him. Yeah.
I don't think there's
Help
any
me,
issues
I'm
with
an
that.
addict.
God, I'm an
I think
addict.
the thing is that he just said it like I could say I'm a sex addict.
Thank you. I was actually gonna ask, are you?
No, not now. But when I was single, yeah, okay,
What about
maybe.
you? I think you are.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Both of you have.
He
some
will
kinda-
ruin everything in his life for some pussy.
Agreed.
What do you mean?
Facts.
I'm just telling you how I feel.
Ruin
And I feel like
everything.
that was you not too long ago.
Yeah.
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 What do you mean by ruin everything? Like what? Like,
You
what
would
does that
ruin
mean?
anything good in your life.
Yeah, to get some pussy.
Exactly.
I need like a specific breakdown.
I don't think we gotta get specific.
Yeah,
I think
don't
it's
wanna
just
give
pretty.
Examples.
Yeah, I just
That's
think.
too vague for me to just be like take something
Think about anything good in your life. You would throw it all away.
Yeah.
to get one nut off.
Yeah. Or maybe two. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I
That y'all
mean,
think
but
this
don't
lowly of me.
you don't agree? Like, I don't know what your
No.
relationship status is right now, but if you were in a super committed relationship, everything was perfect, you
Okay.
had kids, whatever,
Kids, all right, that's way different.
and then fucking. I mean, I'm trying to think of like an example of like who it might be. If Miley Cyrus hit you
What
in the
the fuck? I
DMs,
don't give a
you're
fuck
you're
about
doing
Miley
it.
She has to have, she has to
Cyrus.
have
You're
big booty
doing it.
and big thighs.
The Claremont twins, free the goat.
But what do you mean by ruining? Like, I need.
would
You'll let it
ruin
all go.
everything.
He's trying to think of a situation in which he is not exactly how we were
the
describing
Claremont
it.
twin. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about them that much.
I don't know.
Okay.
Cardi B.
no,
I don't know.
I'm good.
Someone with you just
Don't
like
insult
the
Migo
big
gang.
ass.
I'm just saying, like, it ain't that serious. Y'all got me fucked up.
All right, fine. I want to talk about, but are we done with Korea? I'm done offending your
I
country.
think we're done with that. We
A
moved
long
on
time ago.
to
A$AP
A$AP Rocky.
Right. I mean that's just boring to me.
Speaking of Rory and Mal and all of them, why did you want us to listen to Emotional
Yeah,
Oranges? I listened to a few of
Right.
the songs, and that is
What is
something
emotional?
that you would not listen to.
What is
that
it?
is
That's
something
fair.
that you would listen to and laugh at. So I'm like, you texting us and being like, this is actually really cool. I'm like, okay, well, how much money did fucking Rory put in your fucking PayPal today?
Wow, I like that.
You know you
I
hate
like
that
this-
shit.
I like this
you
energy.
hate that shit.
No, I don't hate it.
You hate it.
Okay.
You were laughing about like R&B artists. You're like, I would never listen to anyone sing.
Listen, what you're describing is my
The only
feelings on
singer I
like
like
sad shit. That shit
the only
wasn't
singer I
sad.
like is Lil Tecca.
I
Did you
did
say
not
that?
say
Did you
that.
say
That's you. That's totally you.
So you didn't like it? I liked it though.
I like the vibes. I like the production. Some
I
of the
like the
hooks
vibes.
wasn't not for me. Like the like iconic, like you're iconic. Like it was.
That
but
sounds kinda
it
corny,
was
I'm not gonna lie.
it was produced very well. It sounded really good. I love the girl singer.
Just so the world knows that we're talking about an unreleased Emotional
Oh, yeah,
Oranges
what-
EP.
That's another thing. You're
not
the one
even
that yells at
released?
me all the time about unreleased shit. Why the fuck are we listening and talking about unreleased shit? How much money did Rory pay you? Show us.
That didn't happen.
Pull out the PayPal.
No, you want to know
Anyways,
what?
shout
You want to know what
out.
I'm
happened?
loving this
Rory and
energy
Mal.
between y'all two today.
I mean, everyone's being mean
contentious.
to me, so I'm very over it. I'm gonna tap on the table more.
You're whatever. This is what happened actually. Is I went and did this podcast with Andrew Schultz, and he's got this boy Kez. Am I saying it wrong? The
So
fuck is
you
his
know
name?
the one
I
wearing the
tagged him in the
jeggings?
fucking thing earlier. Yes, he got cooked so bad in the comments. His pants were so tight. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah.
Who, Andrew Schultz or the other dude?
Look at these.
Kazim.
Look at this. Yuri, can you switch to the different view? Pull up the viewfinder so that I can see fucking. I want.
Yuri's gonna have a hard time
I want to
doing
do a
this.
dissect. Does Yuri know how to make this work?
Give him, yeah.
Just put us down in the corner, bring up the big screen, and then I want you to just pull up my Instagram and then just click on my most recent photo.
That sounds like a lot of
That's
instructions.
your Instagram. What the fuck? Get ad block? What are you doing, Yuri, you fucking imbecile? Instagram.com/Adam22.
Stop before they cut this into like Adam22 abuses his
Can they see?
employees.
Can they see it?
Can they
can
see
see
it?
this right now.
No, they cannot.
Yeah,
Yuri,
there's no
you
way.
Come
fuck.
on.
There's no way.
You don't have the scene set up in OBS. Now they can see it.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Let's talk about these pants. Right, click the screen again so I can just make sure I'm
You
not seeing
can
this.
pretty much
What the
see his
fuck?
credit card number
No,
from looking
click the
like
photo,
zooming in.
Yuri. Kazim, right? I just want to
Why
make sure I
did you
wasn't
tag
saying
his
anything.
dick?
Wow, that is a good point. That is kind of sus. Yo, the best
Yo.
comment I read was that somebody said, "Yo, bro, I can see who's calling you from." Yo, like I'm trying to imagine myself in a similar predicament, putting those pants on in the morning, and I don't think I could get. I don't think.
I
You
mean,
know
your
what?
your pants
I was
aren't
gonna
that much
say-
looser.
I was
in
gonna
the
say
next
if yours wasn't,
What?
if you weren't wearing,
I'm talking about in the picture, my nigga. Your pants
Are
are
those the
My
same
pants in that photo are roughly the same.
roughly
As
fuck
this.
outta
Yeah.
here. No. Okay, this nigga is too thick to be wearing pants like that.
it's
though.
like if you wore those pants.
Yeah.
Do you think that those pants fit better when he met him? Great guy, by the way. I want to make sure that everyone knows I'm not roasting him.
I'm
He's
saying, like,
some sort of
if-
comedian too,
if-
so it's like he's probably okay with this.
if you a skinny nigga, you
I mean,
could
he was
probably
getting
pull off
roasted in
some
the
pants
comments.
like
He's
that.
fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest.
So these are the co-hosts of the Flagrant.
We got Andrew Schultz over there, who actually took shots at Ryan Holiday. I'm interested to see what it's gonna be like when that.
I
Look
thought-
at your shit talking comment is literally on the screen.
Can Kazim's pants be any tighter? I
Something
think I
like
said.
that, yeah.
I thought.
Did you talk?
I thought
Did you talk
Charlemagne-
about that? I actually really want to know.
His pants?
Did you bring it
No,
up?
I didn't notice until after we
Those
were
are-
done. That podcast, there's a clip up on YouTube, but the full thing is on the podcast app.
And
I
he's
just want to
wearing the
say that.
same shoes as Cam Girl. Cam, put your feet on.
And
Put your feet
I
on.
also just I
I'm not
want
wearing. I'm wearing a skirt right now.
somebody confirm this for me. click the screen again, like just the thing.
This nigga got on chunky white feelers.
Look
and
how I
jeggings.
did not tag the Indian guy. I fucking followed him. I tried to tag him. I kept going back and forth trying to make sure that I was typing in the exact fucking name.
That's
Shadow
so weird.
ban.
Wait,
It
if you
did
get
not
shadow
work.
banned, you can't even tag people? I've tagged
It makes
you.
it so
I
you
thought
have to
were shadow
scroll
banned.
down
to
super
scroll all
far
the
to
way
find
down.
it. But I typed in what is it? Akash is his name. His last name is Singh. It's like Lily Singh might be related to him.
Akash Singh.
I'm gonna assume that's actually probably a pretty common name with them. But
With them.
I
You're so
follow the
offensive.
fucking guy and I can't tag him. And I left that comment because I felt bad. He's so
clearly don't
shadow
care
banned I
about
couldn't
him.
even find his account.
Gonna-
Bro, that's literally me
scrolling.
every day. when
What is
people
he
try to tag
posting?
me.
Is he
Yeah,
put
but you're like number 7, which isn't that bad on my Lil Housephone
7?
list.
That's
Yeah,
why you
dude.
got to get your fan pages deleted so you're the first one to pop up.
That's no, I don't want my fan page
I know it's
deleted.
fucked up, but it's true.
Damn,
Isn't
you're
that
right.
crazy? I just can't
I
believe.
don't think mines are fan pages though. I think they're just people that just thought the name Lil Housephone would be funny too.
Yeah, a lot of that. What I don't know. Like, what is he posting? Like, what did he put on his story?
Oh no, I was putting wild shit on my story, so that's why I
Is he
got
putting
shut
like
up.
fucking animal porn on his story or something?
Why do we talk about this again?
Because
his
nigga
pants are
is
tight.
Well, no, I know this, but before this,
Go back to the full screen
before
view.
this, why did we bring this up?
Oh, I was
Something
just talking
New
about
York?
how I went on this podcast, and because this is I'm explaining. Because okay, in that photo, you might not be able to tell he's wearing Emotional Orange's merch, and I'm pretty
one? Oh,
the
Kazi.
Indian
right.
dude.
No, the
guy with the
the guy with the jeggings.
The tight pants are
I used to wear jeggings.
emotional.
They're
orange?
very
Watch me
comfortable
find out
pants.
that those pants are like Dior or something.
They're
Shit.
They're
probably
Dior jeggings.
They are Dior.
No, I mean
Shut
if
up.
they are, like, who gives a fuck?
But
They're
I'm saying, like,
jeggings.
what is it gonna matter to you? Like, if you find out that those
No.
are Forever
No.
21, or if you find out that they're Gucci, does
Okay,
it matter?
Forever 21 is like
That would make them 10 times worse.
Yeah.
No, but it would make it more understandable because at least you only wasted $20 on these pants instead of like 800.
facts.
We waiting on the Wicked Thoughts jeggings coming out soon.
That shit is gonna happen for real.
Jeggings are really comfortable pants. I used to wear them a lot. High
Things.
school.
Did you really with no pockets on the butt?
No, I had pockets.
You know why I'm not gonna wear jeggings?
Because you're a male.
Yeah, because I never had a dick in my mouth. That's just like the main thing that I think is the deciding factor there.
So you're trying to say that because
Yeah,
they
you're
did?
trying to say-
Wow,
No.
you're flaming
Those are not
Kazim.
jeggings. Those aren't jeggings.
You just called them
You just
jeggings
said
2
they were
seconds
jeggings.
ago.
I said that because you
Dior
said
jeggings.
it. They're pants. They're just too tight, so they look like
Whatever,
jeggings. That's what I'm thinking.
I didn't say that.
But let me just say, as a BMX rider, and I know every skateboarder on earth will agree with me, the advent of stretchy jeans was huge for not tearing your pants growing up. Like around the era of the crew jeans coming on the scene, like 2007,
yeah.
2008. Before that,
They were
nobody
pretty
had
cozy.
any stretch in their pants. That's why a lot of dudes used to wear girls' jeans in the BMX and the skate world, was because the
Oh, I thought they just wanted them to be skinnier.
that too, but then also the girls' jeans have always had more stretch in it, I think. And now you can buy. You ever like take a pair of K-Subies and actually feel what they feel
They're
like? It's
not
like you
called
can fucking.
K-Subies,
Why not?
They're just called Subies.
But it has a K
It's a
right on there.
silent K.
Silent K.
Why is it silent?
Like,
I mean, it is.
I'm not gonna pretend to learn a new fucking language just so I can talk about these stupid ass pants just because everybody in Shoreline wears them. I have a pair of
Who even taught you? Yeah, who taught you about Subi jeans?
Listen, I have a pair of K-Subies that I bought.
stop calling
I don't
them
know
that.
what the fuck. I've heard people call it that, by the way.
Nobody is called that. Ever.
Do you take the tag off when you put it on? That long ass strip? You pull it off?
You supposed? I mean, why?
Nobody in
not?
Shoreline does. Everybody in Shoreline rocks that shit for like 3 years.
I mean, because I
That
don't
means you don't
know.
wash your pants.
No.
No.
They wash them and then they keep that fucking
Keep the
long
tag
ass
on, I
tag
guess.
on it. Yeah.
You know what? I was at the studio with the homie over on Melrose, and he had some off-white pants on, and he like pulls out the thing, and it had all the tags still on them, and I'm like, why?
Damn,
Really?
I thought you were gonna say it still had the safety thing.
He probably
Damn near.
He's probably thinking about bringing them back.
That's like the niggas that wear off-white shoes with the zip ties still on them too.
Oh yeah, but that's normal. Nobody ever takes that shit off, right?
I don't
I
think
thought
so.
that's the part of the shoe that makes it special.
Yeah, it's not like packaging. That's just like Virgil
it
being
is,
like,
though.
"Ooh, beautiful art. Look at me. I've made this beautiful sneaker. It looks so technical." That's what Virgil
I definitely
said.
took this zip tie off my Air Force Ones, but okay.
Listen, but this is what I want to say is that I have, and we're gonna get back to the emotional oranges, but I have a pair of Subies at my house. I wore them one time. Tyler Grosso came to the store. He looked at me. I was wearing these fucking NMD, the sort of like knit sock type things. This is right when we opened the store, whatever. It was like 3 years
Adidas?
ago. He looks down at me, and Tyler Grosso just says, "What the fuck are you wearing? You look like a total hipster." And I was just like,
that.
"God damn it.
Why? Because you had on Subies and NMDs?
They just look stupid. My pants were too tight, and I had these stupid ass
Big
shoes
ass-
on.
big ass
And I
knit.
haven't touched those jeans since, but they are in a drawer in my home. And I have now officially lost 20 pounds. I just
What
want to
size
throw
are
that
they?
out there. I don't know. You're not getting them. They're not going to fit you either, fat boy.
Excuse me?
I want to try those pants on, though, because they might fit now.
Adam
I've
always
lost a lot of
promises me
weight.
shit and doesn't ever come through with it.
Sometimes.
I give you shit all the time.
He told me he was going to give me the no jumper chain. He never gave it to me.
Oh yeah, that's
Still
one.
sitting in the
What about the
safe.
love chain?
What about the love chain?
Oh, I really need to. Nah, I don't
You
care.
wouldn't rock that?
I would
I
wear
would.
the no jumper chain because it's real over the.
Do you think that if you rock the love chain at Ham on Everything, that people would get it?
Try
They'd
to
be like,
like-
oh, from Aaron Carter.
Nah, niggas might try to be like, oh, let me get that.
You need to wear the whole fit. That
Yeah, exactly.
fucking hoodie combination.
Let me just finish this. Kazim with the jeggings. He
Paid you.
had
to
an
promote.
emotional oranges shirt on. I said something about emotional oranges. I get hit up in the DMs by emotional oranges an hour later, 2 hours later. So I'm assuming that he mentioned it to them and they were like, yo, like I fuck with you, whatever. And then they ended up sending me the link to the new music. And I said, I'll listen to it. The only thing I had seen from them before that was I watched 2 different videos on YouTube. They're not in the videos, I'm assuming. That's not, it
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
seem
like
like they're
their
in it, right?
branding, like mysterious thing. I was actually watching one of their videos. My friend's in it.
Do they tour?
I think they do. I don't know how they perform. I was trying to like look at pictures, like, cause I couldn't tell like who's the singer.
Right.
Because they're all the pictures on their Instagram and shit. Everything is like different. That
Right.
That's
they
kind of
promote.
tight.
There's a lot of big, bold, white font in the graphic design.
So what do you think about the music? Since you don't want to get into that.
Well, I mean, okay, clearly I don't listen to this kind of music with any sort of regularity. You know that about me. I'm sitting there thinking like, this kind of feels like Drake.
Give me a vibe. Yeah, I want to know. Give me a vibe that it is.
it's
It like,
definitely not like
Is it-
it's more lighthearted, I think.
is it like a Brent Faiyaz vibe?
Not
almost?
all the way there. Brent Faiyaz is more like soulful.
I'm so
It's-
lacking in vocabulary to discuss any music
That's not
of this
rap
sort at all. Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
NLE Choppa. It's just
I mean,
I have.
you make sex tapes to like famous decks.
And Chapo.
I probably have. Yeah.
How many times have you fucked Lena to Chapo?
Chapos. Throw that on.
I mean, I kind of want to talk about Chapo and SGP beefing on Twitter.
That was kind of
Were
funny,
they?
I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
And then I think
But
they
they ended
apologized
it.
to each other.
They, yeah,
at the
they
end.
ended it on like
Good terms.
yeah, good terms.
I saw that. I didn't even watch it, but I saw that there was a video that was like, Space Coast Perp exposes Adam 22's racist agenda, and it's like an hour-long clip. I'm like,
That's kind of amazing. I'm
No,
not gonna lie.
we should
no,
go
no,
on
no, no,
Chapo's
no.
Chop House and talk about that.
What's that?
I'm sure they'd love to have me.
What's that?
It's
No,
a,
I'm saying Chapo.
it's
They should have.
it's a
well,
liberal-leaning. It's like a leftist podcast. It's basically
you
a
and
political
SGP on
podcast.
it.
Oh, they would love to.
I'm pretty sure I've seen at least one person from that show tweet about hating me or thinking I'm a piece of shit or something along those lines. Which
I mean, they weren't wrong.
yeah.
Someone,
You got a point.
speaking of the leftist movement,
Speaking of things we're not qualified to discuss at all,
well, no, I thought this was kind of interesting.
What do you have to say?
Are you ready for me?
you're about to support. You're going to endorse Elizabeth Warren and talk about her for the next 15 minutes.
I have no idea who that is. Go ahead.
She's a presidential candidate. She's like in the lead basically now.
She's in the lead.
Yeah, her. You
Someone-
don't know who Joe Biden is either, though, so that's not going to mean anything.
I
to
know
you.
who Yang Gang is,
Yang
and
Gang.
Yang Gang's not his name. That's his followers.
And what's the old nigga name?
His last name's Gang.
Oh, Bernie Sanders.
That's the only 2 people I know.
He's done. I'm not gonna lie,
Feel
man.
the burn.
He got the
Are you
squad
gang
behind
ganger?
him, and it ain't changing shit. That's the weird thing. All these Bernie supporters are. Where are they gonna go? They're gonna go to fucking.
Gang Gang.
No,
The gang.
no. Yang is. I mean, I'm all the way behind Yang, but let's be real. It's like when you look at the polls, it's not gonna happen.
Where
All
they
those
go-
Bernie
where they
supporters
going
are gonna
to?
become fucking Warren supporters, and it's gonna be Warren versus Trump, and
So we're
Trump's gonna win.
So we're gonna have a white lady as a president, maybe.
No, we're gonna have a fat fucking white guy named Donald Trump again. Because
That's
there's no
gonna
way.
suck.
There's no way she beats him.
Jeez.
The same exact shit that they did to Hillary is
Yeah,
happening
they're
to her
gonna-
all over again. I find her way more likable than Hillary. I'm not like a
Hillary
huge
got a
fan
fat
of a
ass, though.
lot of.
Can you not?
Does she? There's not a lot of things that I'm like. I mean, she's all right. Like I'll probably end up having to vote for her, but I just don't have any sort of confidence that like anyone else is.
I would vote for anybody except for Donald Trump, to be honest.
Someone who's running for Congress or something like that. Of course, I'm not qualified to speak on this.
'Cause you're
He
not
is
American?
But you could tell us about the
Asian.
Korean Parliament,
He
right?
is Asian and
Yang.
gay,
Yang.
and they want to know if he wants to come on here
What?
Who? Andrew Yang?
He's running for Congress.
or something like that.
Does he have any clout?
I don't know.
You seem like you don't know anything
I
about
just
this.
thought-
This
I
is
just
like
thought
somebody
it-
came up to you
I
doing
just thought it was
ketamine at a
interesting.
party and was like, "Yo, I want to come on No Jumper,
I
and so I'm
think
gonna
he
run for
followed me.
president."
He's like, he's running for something.
Right.
You're such a dick.
What?
He is very much a dick.
Why?
I don't know.
Someone came up to you on Academy.
It just sounds like the kind of thing that somebody would say on ketamine at a party, like, "Oh, I want to do no jumper. I'm a fucking congressman, man."
You know how many times I hear that every day? Like, oh, bro, I want to let me come on the no jumper. Like, okay, and say what? Talk about what?
And I know that's what's so funny is that whenever I interview a thought and people get mad, it's because of that. It's because there's he's interviewing Selena Powell again, and I can't even get one interview in. Go! I got 49 followers. Go!
It's like, have you fucked Trey Songz? Do you have Trey Songz allegations, sir?
Yeah, did Trey Songz rape you? Because if not, what are we talking about?
Oh, God.
Where's that lawsuit, Selena? I'm holding out. You know, her and that fucking girl aren't even cool anymore. Lil Clava.
First of all, that girl
Her name
looked
is
like.
Baklava?
First of all,
How many viewers do we have right now? 1,800. Didn't we have like 3,000 the other time? What the fuck?
dude, that girl looked like she was like on that show. My Name is Earl.
What is that show?
She looked like the trailer park wife or something.
You know she's scamming dudes for money in the DMs. She's like that's why she and Selena aren't friends anymore. It's because Lil Clava and Selena, Lil Clava's over here using her newfound clout from having that interview to try to like I've seen screenshots of multiple different DMs where she's like asking people for like $100 or like
To get on No Jumper?
no, like $100 for like whatever, like let me borrow $100, and obviously she's not paying it back. But then I heard Selena was mad that she didn't get her cut of the 100.
Oh, because she brought her.
$100?
Because she brought her on the show.
Yeah, because like Selena apparently is like a pimp and is supposed to get a percentage of this. And
Dude, that girl was so gross. She had the weirdest chest tattoo I've ever seen in my life.
She looked like
an angel in a
She looked like a playing card, like you just fucking threw a fucking about to play a game at Texas Hold'em and you got a couple of different figures on here. Man.
She looked like
she looked like a club. She looked like an 8 of clubs.
She looked like she fucking took the Greyhound from Fresno and fucking just came to LA.
She looked like she took the Greyhound from Fresno and slept down in the bottom with the fucking with the luggage.
You guys are so mean.
Did you see her? She looked crazy.
I mean, I just thought the best line ever was, "I rob people."
I rob people. And you know what's so good about that is that if you go back, there's like another show. I don't know if it's Dr. Phil or Dr. whatever. One of them shows. She was on one of these shows, and the headline that they used for this show was her saying, "I fuck dudes and then I rob them." Like she's got 2 different videos out in which the people masterminding the title, which includes my staff and this other show, I forget, it's Dr. Phil or whatever, both landed on the exact same title, which I think is the funniest thing ever. If you look at her Instagram photos, she looks way better on those.
Yeah, I'd never seen this girl or heard of her before, and she.
I want to see her Instagram.
Crazy.
She told us that do you want to pull up Lil Clava and do that? You want to do an Instagram review? Should we do this?
Oh God.
Let's talk about it. I'm gonna.
Oh, I didn't tell you Selena DM'd me talking
Jason.
shit.
Bye, Jason.
Hey, bye, Jason. Hey, Luke, can you throw me my phone right there?
Jason's about to go breastfeed his baby.
Can I have mine too, please?
Selena DM'd me talking mad shit.
About me or what?
About me.
What?
She called me cam whore.
Yeah,
Did she really?
She's super mad because I called her like a fucking rap groupie or some shit, which it's honestly astounding that she thinks she has any room to disagree with that.
Hold on, let me find it. Let's see.
I'm trying to find what Lil Clava's fucking.
Yeah, she probably blocked me by now or something. Damn, what's her shit? Selena. How the fuck you spell Selena?
Oh, there it is. Okay, Yuri, Lil, and then KLAVAAA. Also, my last DM from her was "Tell Lena she fine," which is really nice. Yuri, you fucking
Does
imbecile.
Lena still hate her?
LILKLAVAAA.
You're going too half-assed for him.
What's Selena Powell's
Why?
Instagram?
There's no spaces.
Why did you put a space, you fucking Russian agent? No, that one. Wait, look at that video. Right? Wait, is that gonna get us demonetized? Is that a bodysuit or is she nude in this one? I think it's a bodysuit. You can click it.
Dude, what's her Instagram?
What the hell is that? That's a
Oh, she's
bodysuit.
in the Young Band
Who's
video.
that's the? Oh yeah, we saw her in that.
Interesting.
Look at her.
Wait, which one is
Doesn't
she?
she look kind of good here? She hides the fucking crazy ass tattoo. Look at how the
she's
tattoo
not
all
hiding
came off right there.
Bro, that shit looks terrible.
That shit is falling out.
That's the worst tattoo I've ever seen in my life.
I feel bad for saying all this because she probably realistically is like at home crying right now watching this,
Don't
but
be mean.
She didn't look like this at all.
no,
on
she
the
looks so
video.
much better on here. It's just the tattoo. Like she could fix everything, but who? I mean, the good thing is that that tattoo looks like it barely.
I heard the
fucking-
awesome shit beanie. Oh my
That's
god.
why is that like the
Why is that the thought?
My
Yeah.
boo.
Also,
I hate
she's
that color
using the
pink.
freckle filter, which is also
Damn,
great
Selena
filter.
Powell really blocked me. Okay, whatever.
X out of this. Get out of here. Oh, she's in jail too. Fake mugshot. What
Fake
is that?
mugshot.
Oh, it's
What?
great. I like her
Why are we
lashes.
so used to seeing fake mugshots to the extent where it just doesn't surprise anybody?
Now it's just like every mugshot is fake now.
I hear that. Yo, I want to talk about this.
What?
All right. I'm going to talk about the subject of academics, and I'm going to be very fair. First, I want to start with this. This is a little bit of a clarification. I already had this conversation with academics, but I want to talk about it a little bit more. I went and did the Rap Radar podcast or interview with Najee, who does Cigar Talk.
Cigar Talk.
And he was really, really like pushing me to talk shit about academics. I'm not sure if he like.
That dude's hairline is terrible, but go ahead. Go ahead, though.
I did see some comments about that, but I'm not in any position to judge. He felt like he was very much like wanted me to either talk shit about academics or he just hates academics so much that it just was like baseline conversation with him. But then the video, and to my credit, y'all can go watch it. I felt like I was defending academics the whole time because anything you can really say about academics, a lot of the criticisms of academics you can say about me too.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I've been watching academics shit for so long that I just feel like I kind of have to defend him because it's like that to me was like a guy who was already established on YouTube when I was trying to get established. So I was always paying attention to him, whatever. I think a lot of the criticism of academics are, some of them, there's some truth to it. I could sit here and fucking critique academics' career, like some of the moves he's made. But at the end of the day, I do consider him a friend and I don't really have anything bad to say about him. So then the interview comes out and the title is like Adam 22, Academics Culture Vulture. Like they just put that. A more accurate title would be Adam 22 says academics is not a culture vulture. This is kind of weird to me. It's like it's really not representative of what I actually said in the interview. And the thing is that I feel like I said all kinds of inflammatory things in the interview that would make for a better title. Like I called Comethazine a dickhead, for instance.
Really? Why did you call Comethazine a dickhead?
I mean, he's just asking me like what my issue with Comethazine was, and I was like, I don't have an issue. I just said that he's a dickhead.
I was gonna say when did this issue rise?
It's whatever. I said that one time and he tried to call me a bunch of times and I didn't pick up and then we just haven't talked since. It is what it is. I'm not worried about that, but I'm saying that would be a better title. Like there's a lot of different titles that would have been better. So I hit up academics and I said, yo, I don't know if you've seen this title, but they're bugging. Like I didn't say anything about you being a culture vulture. That's not an argument that would make sense for me to really take.
Yeah,
and he was
right.
like, I saw it actually, to be real, like it's cool. Like I saw it. He's like, I appreciate the love, whatever.
Why you feel the need to suck academics' cock so hard?
Because we have a relationship. Like I'm friends with academics. I like academics, and I felt like I was fucking being misrepresented in that title. So fuck you. But further, now I have to move on to the new Academics music video that came out.
Oh, man.
When Academics first started to pursue this music career.
Is he actually pursuing it though? It's like
I mean,
kind of a joke,
okay,
right?
I've been watching this whole thing. The first video, I think it did over 1 million views. Like when he first put it out, everybody wanted to hear what Lil Act sounded like.
Academics.
And I think that
Fucking love that
they
song.
think I'm academic. That was
They
funny.
got me feeling like
Like I'm
I'm academic.
Honestly, that song was kind of fire.
I was just listening to it on the way here.
That is pretty funny.
Really?
Just because that
for
chorus
this.
made so little sense that was kind of like a good chorus. Yeah, I get that. But anyway, so
It's kind of fire.
I remember that video did like well over 1 million views. So Academics is thinking like, oh, this is kind of tight. Like I'm gonna keep doing this or whatever. Because I think at that time he was looking at 6ix9ine and he's thinking like, what is 6ix9ine? 6ix9ine is just like a funny, cool, popular character that just is making music. He has people write his fucking music for him half the time, and he's successful. Academics was probably looking at it thinking like, well, I'm famous on YouTube and shit, so why can't I make a song?
Yeah.
And
I
at
think he was
first,
looking at like Lil Pump and stuff too.
right, yeah. And he figured, oh, I'll make it funny because nobody wants to hear me be serious, so I'll fucking come out and I'll do these fake dreads and all this shit. And at first, it seemed like it was kind of working because I think that first video did like 1, maybe 2 million views. So okay, that's legit.
And he was talking big shit. He was like, nigga, my shit's doing better numbers than...
Exactly. He was kind of running with that for a while. Yeah. And the whole thing is that Academics, like, why are you guys both playing with your nails? Is that how interesting you find the story?
No,
I mean,
I'm listening to
I'm
the
listening.
story.
There's
Listen,
a lot.
I have to get this out, is that his new one, I noticed, and I don't know if it's gone up since, but I noticed it had 76,000 views after like 3 days online yesterday. I just feel like maybe this experiment has run its course.
The death of Lil Act.
I'm under. So you think that it was a serious venture, like a jokingly serious venture, because obviously the music is not serious, but
Even
he's
if it-
actually trying to.
Even if it's supposed to be funny, when the views are just consistently going down,
Yeah.
it's kind of like shit. Well, your target market clearly isn't really like grasping onto this. I'm wondering if he's going to hang it up after this. I wonder if he would be offended by me saying they should hang it up, because most rappers, you tell them they should stop rapping, they're not going to just stop rapping. They're going to keep rapping, right?
Yeah, because I mean,
I don't
he
know
had a
if he's that
song with
committed.
6ix9ine when like 6ix9ine just got locked up and shit.
Right.
I didn't even hear that one.
Actually, yeah, he did drop that. That's still actually, I noticed that's still the link in his Instagram description. But
That's the link in like all his fucking videos, I think, too.
I don't know, but I mean, I just am wondering where this is actually going to go for Akademiks, because it's like if you, I think that the view counts are like 1 and change million, and then like a couple 100,000, and then this one yesterday had not broken 100,000, and it's like a full production video. To be honest, the song itself is like better and more serious than the first stuff. I know
How did
that
it go again? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I
either.
think that's why people are not fucking with it, because he's trying to make it like more of a real song.
I mean, I
It
just
needs
feel
to be.
like people don't want to hear their you know, like Joe Budden became a famous podcaster and then he stopped rapping.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that is probably closer to what people want from you. Like, I thought about doing a rap song at one point just because I like.
I still have your old rap song.
No, you
Oh
don't.
my
It doesn't
God, I wanna
exist.
hear it.
That's fake. But I mean, I just thought about it during that whole era of like Jake Paul and shit, where everybody was making these like funny
I'm
YouTuber
so
rap
glad
songs.
you didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm glad too, because at that time it
You
kind of
could've made
seemed like it.
something kinda fire.
Oh, it would have been funny
Just
for
know-
sure. I could have made it funny.
Just know his old song was fire.
It's fake.
I want to hear it.
Never happened. But yeah, I don't know. That's just I just want to know where the Akademiks career is going to go from here. I feel like, if anything, the sort of sad thing is it seems like most of his fans have almost just kind of tuned out, and they're just like, if that's the ultimate insult, is that they're just not even going to check it out. That's kind of rough.
I mean, if you would have not sent that in our group chat, I probably would have not clicked on it either.
It has more dislikes than likes. That's also a bad sign.
Academics.
I
She
don't know,
got me
you should
feeling like
put-
I'm Akademiks.
You should put that back on the homepage.
The Academics one.
Default video. Blues Clues.
Oh,
Clues,
that
that
was
was
one
the
too.
name of it.
You know all the classics.
Damn. How did? But she
I
doesn't
mean,
know Jay-Z's is.
Fuck
man.
you guys.
I mean, Akademiks at this point, if he does like a retirement announcement from rapping,
That'd be kind of fire.
that'd be almost better too. Can I the last one that I saw on here that I give a fuck about? Angela Yee versus Gucci. Gucci did an interview. You guys watched it.
Yeah.
Charlamagne the God.
I didn't watch it, but I did see the part where he talked about Migos, and he made it clear that they're just not communicating with him at all anymore.
Well, he said that he talks to Offset and
Takeoff.
Quavo, but Takeoff doesn't talk to him. at
No,
all.
he's saying they
No?
all don't talk to him, but Takeoff was like his boy that he actually was in communication with more than the other ones, and that he fucking did whatever, like that he fucking won't respond to Gucci ever since Gucci said the thing about him buying them chains because they had fake chains.
Well,
back
he
in
didn't
the
say
day.
he bought them. He said that they were in the studio, and like he used to open up the door. He used to open up his studio doors to people that other people wouldn't open up the doors for. And he was saying that they were in the studio, and that like I think he was saying that like people were kind of judging them, like, oh, who are these niggas that
Yeah.
got on fake chains and da da da. And he said he gave them a chain off his neck
It might not.
to make them look better.
Is that? I don't know if I believe that.
That's
That
what he
sounds
said.
wild
That's what he
as
said
fuck.
in the interview.
That's crazy as shit. I just don't. I guess I understand that Migos wouldn't want him saying that about him. Do you think the chains were fake, or do you think they were just like cheap?
They might have been really cheap and fake.
There's a big difference between a $20 chain and a $1,000 chain. $1,000 chain is still kind of cap from the perspective of
Yeah.
a Gucci Mane, you know?
I don't know. Apparently, like the other people in the studio were hating on them. Like, why the fuck are you letting these?
These clown ass niggas are like, you know.
with fake chains in, and then Gucci was like, "Yo, I invited them here. They're my people."
He was like, it don't matter about the chain. Da, da, da.
Can I tell you something?
That's what he said.
That sounds like a very noble story.
Listen.
I love the interview. If it's all real, like
I haven't thought about this a long time, but I was just thinking about it the other day. All right, so we're in England. We're at that fucking big ass wireless festival, and I'm standing on stage, and I'm with my boy Jay Rich, who's Offset's engineer, and me and Jay, we've known each other for a long time. I should probably ask him about this instead of just talking about it on the podcast. But I'm standing there on stage, Migos are performing, and at one point, I swear, I think Offset like just looks at me and just like mouths some shit. Now, granted, I'm standing with like fucking 10, 15 other people in this section of the stage, right? But he was pretty close. Like he's, 20 feet away from me. And I couldn't tell if he was looking at me mouthing something or if he was mouthing something to somebody else. But all I know is that Jay Rich, before that, seemed like he really wanted to introduce me in Offset, and then he hasn't mentioned it since. So I'm almost wondering if I ever said something online that made Offset not like me, and that maybe he was saying something to me there. But I have no idea, or maybe he was just saying like, I'm gonna fucking kill you after the show.
I think if they wanted you off the stage, you would have been off the stage or wherever.
Oh yeah, apparently it wasn't that big a deal, but I just don't know. Like, I want to know if he was trying to say something to me. It's really weird. Like, I hate when
Why would he wait to that moment to try to say something to you?
He's never seen me before in his entire life. Nah, he was not that focused on his performance, to be honest with you. I mean, it's like there's three of them. It's like, there's that long thing that comes out of the stage. It's like you kind of have like one person tends to be here, one person tends to be here, one person tends to be here, like a dick. And I'm right here, so he's not that far away from me.
Give you like a smiley.
If I were to try to characterize it now, I would have a hard time.
Heart attack?
No, I got new tattoos and an itch.
Did you see I never actually sent you the video of the fucking dude doing coke off the other dude's dick. You got to see this. I said that I couldn't show. I was gonna send it in the group chat.
Was it from like Oktoberfest?
Yes,
like
you seen it?
I did see that on Twitter actually. Why do you think that?
I was gonna send it in the group chat, but then I was like, I don't want to send this because Kim is in this group chat, and that's weird.
I don't know why all of a sudden you think Kim is like.
I've always been very concerned about Kim, like
that's good.
Just being
as you should though.
There's someone.
Everyone would be nice to me.
There's someone who used to work for No Jumper, and no, we're not gonna say their name, who one time sent a very inappropriate video of me to the No Jumper group chat. And I remember I was freaking out. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You can't just send that. Like, this is a business.
I think I deleted that group chat with media. I was like, ugh, I don't want to see this.
Good, because I just was so mad. That's why I fired them.
Is this really a business?
Yeah, but you act like you don't. Never mind.
I don't do shit. I keep it
obviously,
very.
I'm not saying that you send me it directly, but like.
I keep a very clear line between what I'm like, because you could.
Like it's not on Twitter.
You could work right, but you could work for No Jumper and be aware that my penis is on social media, and that's okay. You're aware that it's there. Yeah, but as soon as it's sent in a group chat where you have to see it, then all of a sudden it's a very like weird line. Now, in their defense, she's just staring at the camera. In their defense, they thought that they were sending it to the other group chat.
Boys only chat.
We have a boys only chat for one of our other groups of friends.
Interesting.
But anyway, isn't it crazy that your head looks exactly like the microphone? I just saw you looking into that, and it was like. I guess it was the underside of the hat, actually.
Let's talk about Angela Yee versus Gucci.
We already just talked about that. I don't give a shit about that.
We didn't talk about
Angela Yee at all. We just talked about Migos.
And we didn't talk about him threatening DJ Envy and how he's going to slap the fuck out of DJ Envy. He's going to press him.
Gucci, I believe it when I see it. If I want him to actually beat them up, then we could talk about it on the podcast.
I don't want him to beat Angela Yee up.
Right. Well, definitely not her. But in general, it's just kind of like
throw her out of a moving Hummer like he did.
I've just already like. I'm kind of used to the idea that Gucci hates Angela Yee and Envy, and it's like,
why?
I don't know. It just doesn't seem that pertinent.
You the one brought it up.
No, I didn't. I wanted to talk about him saying the shit about Migos. That's interesting to me. Because
I think you got maybe I heard wrong, but I thought it was that he talks to Quavo and Offset. He was saying that he got them on his last project.
We need to actually read articles and stories. Yeah, that was recorded years ago. Like we need to actually learn things before we talk about them on the podcast.
I listened to the interview right now. I'm pretty sure he said that Offset and Quavo are on his last project, the one he just put out or putting out.
Right, but the thing that he said about talking to Takeoff, that was its own thing. The Takeoff was the one who wasn't responding to him. He was tight with him and stuff.
I think what's crazy? I think we both just said the same thing.
AIDS?
You know what's crazy? You get the bag and fumble it. I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. Straight out the lot.
Okay, I want to talk about this 6ix9ine docs. We don't have to get too much into it, but
who cares?
Yeah, but I want to talk about it has to do with you.
Who cares?
They're saying that you're interviewed on it for the shit that Complex is doing with Akademiks hosting. They said they interviewed people like you.
True, I did it.
Did you?
So you're on it.
Yep.
Really? Already? You already did it?
I mean,
what did they ask you? How was that one time where you hung out with him in New York in a weird hotel?
Yeah. No, that was pretty much it. Yeah. Nobody. Yeah. I mean, that was it. I just went in and talked to Complex about it for a while.
Was that when you went to New York?
No, that was out here a couple weeks ago.
Interesting.
I mean, yeah, this shows a lot about how bored I am with the fucking whole 6ix9ine thing that I actually am in the. I was bored just talking about it. I'm so bored talking about 6ix9ine because it's just like.
It's just what is there else to talk about?
He hasn't even sentenced yet, and it just feels like it's just who cares. Go away.
It's not gonna be
I'll watch.
who
I
cares
definitely
once
won't
he
watch a
gets
Snapchat one, but I'll watch one of them.
I still think someone needs to write the erotic 6ix9ine fan fiction and call it Sarah and Danny. When Danny met Sarah.
You should write it.
I don't have any time.
You're the one thinking about it. Yeah.
If I had the time, I would.
You should write some like BTS fan fiction with 6ix9ine or some shit.
Do you think I'm going to be getting it in with the BTS army on social media, or you think that they're going to be cool? I'm basically arguing that their members of the group should not go to war.
They're not going to war.
Nobody's going to war. I mean, they are technically
okay.
in
They
war.
should continue to make music and make the world happy and represent the Korean race in a positive way. The Korean nationality.
I think the army isn't going to be mad at you, but I think that the Korean government will be mad at you.
I'm worried about the BTS stands. I'm not worried about the army stands. Like, if you're like a big fan of the Korean army,
I think CAM Girl is doing a great job of holding down the Korean community, and they don't need BTS.
I'm gonna be honest with you, BTS is slightly more popular than CAM Girl.
Just slightly.
And that, I know that probably hurts you when you hear that, but I think you need to know that it's just.
You're talking to me.
They're kind of working at different scales. Yeah, they're big, man, really big.
I think CAM Girl's on her way.
I can't.
Exactly.
I shan't.
There you go.
Well, guess what? I can name one CAM Girl song though.
You have songs?
Stick in
which
the
one?
wind.
That doesn't exist.
What do you mean?
You deleted your rap videos?
No.
Oh.
Doesn't exist.
But you did have rap videos.
You deleted it?
I didn't delete anything.
Well, you deleted it for real.
What are we talking about?
Your rap videos.
BTS?
She's retarded. She's
Summer
acting like she
and-
doesn't have rap videos on
Can you go see
YouTube.
if it's on?
Summer and London breakup, which I'm probably the only one that cares about. Should we talk about it or
You're
not?
100% the only person that cares.
Okay, the white Tupac. I don't know what the fuck this is. Is it someone that was like found with the name Tupac Shakur
Yeah,
or some shit?
I totally agree with I disagree with the idea of us having a list of topics to discuss and then you and me or primarily you probably just not even knowing anything about the list of things that are on the screen.
Well, I know about the Summer and London breakup,
And
but no
stop
one wants to
acting
talk
like
about
this is just like a list of things we have to talk about. These are just suggestions of interesting things that we could talk
these
about.
Are things that we were trying to pinpoint on.
No.
Okay, well
it's
then
just
ignore
topics.
me.
It's just things. And also, Summer Walker, I heard one song one time.
What's the one song?
I don't fucking know. No, I don't listen to that shit.
Oh, Drake.
I'm sure she's great.
She's awesome.
She's hot.
It's not for me.
Number one streamed R&B female artist. Woo.
Whatever.
Billie Eilish shit on her
Whoa.
still though.
I know you ain't heard the YoungBoy album.
Oh hell no.
What? He's it. That's
think
just
so?
fire. Yes.
I mean, I heard a lot about the same thing, but I don't know.
He's
It's
know
not my
what?
cup of
he's
tea.
streaming like crazy.
This is my thing. When you hear Juice WRLD and YoungBoy together, you sort of realize that YoungBoy is sort of like a Juice WRLD. He's just like a more
just
street
like a
version because he is pretty fucking melodic. He's very sing-songy. Stylistically, it just makes a lot of sense to me why the kids love him so much. And also, this is the vibe that I get when I'm watching fucking YoungBoy. You guys ever seen Big Mouth, that cartoon on Netflix?
Yeah.
I'm only like 2 episodes in, but you know how there's that like puberty monster that pops up all the time?
That's
YoungBoy's. Like, YoungBoy has that like behind him, like, kill him. No, do it. Yeah. Like, he just feels like he has this rage within him that is like impossible for him to even. It's like he's so angry and so sad and so depressed and so like full of these emotions that he doesn't even really have the vocabulary to describe the rage that is filling him. It sounds like puberty to me when I'm listening to him. It reminds me of how I felt when I was like 17, when I was just mad as fuck at the world.
Yeah, because he's like excessively mad though.
He is a mad little boy, man. He is angry as fuck.
About what?
And I'm not even talking about what I know about him in his personal life. I'm just talking about the fact that like he's just wilding. Like his energy in the songs. It's just.
He seems pretty sick, honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sick in the head. Can I talk about this?
Yeah.
I interviewed YNW Melly's little brother the other day.
Yeah, how was that?
Coolest 12-year-old in the world,
That
bro.
song is pretty fucking good too.
Yeah, his songs are good.
Who's his little brother?
A YNWB slime.
One is me.
He
He came here.
He's 12,
He's
and
sick.
I was not excited about interviewing a 12-year-old. I was excited to interview somebody that related to Melly. I just figured that would be cool to have that conversation and stuff. I kind of thought that his manager was going to be on camera with him, and then I pull up. I met Melly's mom. Melly's mom was here.
That's fire.
She had a free Melly
dad
shirt.
come?
She's younger than me. She's 34.
Whoa.
That's kind of crazy.
She's
His
not.
dad's
She's
the one
cute.
that released the song.
The dad's in
right?
jail still,
The
right?
dad did put out a song?
Yeah.
Someone put out a song in his family.
Really?
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I should have probably checked in on that and asked the kid about
Yeah,
it.
it
Damn
was
it.
the dad.
But yeah, yo, this kid, he is tight. He's so cool.
He seemed really tight.
He's such a fucking nice kid. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like,
I was on his
he's
Instagram
got
note
such
last
a
night.
goofy, weird sense of humor. Like, there's one point in the interview where he's trying to get his mom to like come on camera, and he just goes, "Mom, mom, ma, ma." He's
Me.
trying to be funny. He does it for so long.
Me.
It is so
Me
weird.
still at 26.
It's so weird.
Mom.
Sounds
Ma.
adorable.
Ma.
Ma.
Wait till you see how long he does it for.
His voice is really good. I'm interested in seeing how it's gonna sound once he hits puberty. Again, puberty monster attacks again.
Arr.
I don't know. It's weird talking to like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, what the fuck were you talking to him about the whole time?
Fortnite and cereal. We talked about that a lot.
What
But
kind
no,
of cereal does he like?
you know, I had the discretion to remove the weed bag from the table before I interviewed the 12-year-old too.
wow.
I was kind of impressed with myself that
Did you
I
smoke any
remembered
weed?
it.
You didn't talk about eating ass or anything with him?
Yeah, I blew some fucking cocaine smoke clouds in his face.
Cocaine smoke?
Yeah, we were smoking it.
Who smoked?
I threw it on the foil.
Yo, you were a wild ass man.
Rebasing it.
I'm just kidding.
Freebase in the
Christ.
bag. It looked like a freebase had touched my hair. I dyed my hair. And
We're done. We're done. How many viewers do we have? 1,900. Fuck them all. Fuck all you guys.
Fuck
this
all
has
you
been
guys.
No Jumper Show
Guys.
14.
For tuning in.
Like, comment,
'Cause
subscribe.
all I want is me, and all I want is you.
You look more like IDK by the day.
I don't even
got
think
me
he knows
fucked
what
up.
that
You gotta
is.
switch your swag up.
That nigga got it. He stole my swag.
You think?
No, I'm kidding.
You should have seen him
Yeah,
a few days
it
ago
was-
when he
it was
first got it.
nuts.
He only got like the top like this.
I'm
He
about to
looked
do
crazy.
some shit for Day in Vegas. That's why I needed
Oh
to
yeah,
be
come
blonde.
see us out there.
Come
Woo!
Come see us in fucking Vegas.
And San Diego, come see me Saturday.
We-
Fuck
are
San
playing
Diego.
on Saturday.
Cam Girl DJing Saturday.
Saturday.
I'm rapping on Saturday. Let's fucking go.
You're capping on Saturday.
Exactly. Hey, I need all. Okay, first of all, I'm performing right when the festival opens
Are
up.
you ready to admit you have no bitches? Is that what you
So
meant?
I need everybody to be there at 10 a.m. when I'm,
Is that really
no,
it?
no. I need everybody to be there bright and early.
The festival probably doesn't start till like 12
Yeah,
or something.
I think I'm going at like 12:50 or
Hey,
something.
everybody got to start somewhere. You can be
Everybody gotta
headlining.
start somewhere,
You and
baby.
Travis Scott are going to be headlining next year.
Hey, don't doubt me, baby.
Kush Clouds. Appreciate y'all.
Wait. Travis Scott broke his knee. I rolled up.
a
fuck? Travis Scott broke his knee.
You were there.
Not like I saw it.